number as well, wearing number 37. Add him to the rosters for the first time this evening. Before the game gets started, I want to send our prayers out to the families and friends of the young men that were in a serious car crash this morning at Plainview High School, south of Plainview on Plainview Road, and our prayers go to their family and friends. Send it down to David Polk in the Button sideline with the captains.
We're talking to the captains right now, and the official is Charles Green. He's about to start the flip.
All right, now we're going to have a coin flip here in a few minutes here. You see that? That's heads. That's tails. What's your pleasure, Captain?
Tails.
What did he call, Captain? He called the tails. It's the heads. You win the toss.
Okay, the Ardmore Tigers called tails. They lost. The Spartans won, and they've deferred. The Tigers are going to receive, and the Spartans are trying to decide which end of the field they want to be on. So here's the way it's going to work for you folks back home. The Southeast Spartans are going to kick from the west to the east, where the Ardmore Tigers will take the possession for the first series of downs.
And there you have the coin toss. Thanks to David Polk and the Button starter and alternator sideline report. Don't forget Button starter and alternator repair. Get by and check your battery out. Free battery testing going on right now. Get ready for the winter. That's at 28 North Commerce in Ardmore, and they'll be glad to check it out and make sure everything's working right for you as we'll get ready for the kickoff. The spirit lines are forming. The Tigers are coming out, getting ready to take the field, as are the Spartans. And Billy, you want to run down the defense now?
Yeah, sure. Defensive starters for the Tigers. Up on the defensive line, you've got Gene Cormier wearing number 56, 5'9", 200-pound senior. Also Dante Moore, maybe wearing 64. He was wearing 37 a minute ago, but we'll say he's going with 64 at least part of the time. He'll be up on that defensive front. Also 5'7", 205, and a senior. Also Kevin Andrews, number 65. He's 6'2", 200, and a junior. And Brian Booker, number 88, listed at 6'3", 210, and a sophomore. The linebackers tonight, Ellis Knight will be wearing number 3. He's 6'2", 170. Also Justin Fields, he's wearing number 20. He's 5'7", 170 pounds. And also Marquise Booker. He is wearing number 33. He's listed 6 foot, 225 pounds. The defensive backs tonight, of course, big number 2, Jermaine Gresham, listed 6'6", 230, and a junior. And also Justin Day, number 13. He's listed 5'10", 160 pounds, a senior. Also Robert Gordon, number 21, listed 6 foot, 150 pounds, and a junior. And that will be your defensive starters for the Ardmore Tigers.
And we're going to take another timeout, and when we come back, we'll have the kickoff for you as a Thursday night edition of Ardmore Tiger football on 95.7 KKAJ. In Oklahoma City, Terry Long with Billy Wallace and David Polk as we get ready to start action. The Tigers are on the field, as well as the Spartans have taken the field now. Back deep for the Tigers, it's going to be Dante Miller and Jermaine Gresham. They're standing around the 15-yard line. And doing the kicking for the Spartans, we had some changes to the roster.
Well, the guy that I see teeing it up is number 22, Javon Franklin, listed as a senior. So I'm going to assume he's the kicker. He's counting them in, and he is going to tee the football up.
And I have to agree with you. Now, we were told it was going to be a Victor.
We will keep you posted as things change. That happens
A lot
many
more
times.
kids on the sideline for the Southeast than is on the roster.
I tell you, one thing to remember, too, Southeast very talented. They've had some good ball clubs up here. Obviously have a pretty good one this year as they put it on Capitol Hill 55-0. So make no mistake, this is not Capitol Hill. No offense to those guys, but this will be a tough ball game for the Tigers.
As the referee's giving the whistle. And Franklin with the kick. It's a nice kick deep. Back on the 5-yard line is Jermaine Gresham. He'll come past the 10, 15 to the 20. Cuts up inside to the 25, almost to the 27-yard line. That's where he'll be brought down, and Tigers will take over 1st and 10.
And the offense needs to get off on a good start here, Terry, as they struggled last week, finally put together a little bit of a drive in that 4th quarter. Still got no points, but important for the Tigers to come out, have some success early, get their confidence back.
In for the Tigers be DeJuan Miles, along with Jimmy Colbert in the backfield. I formation. Drew McAdoo will come under center. Got 2 receivers over here to the near side. That's going to be Dante Miller in the slot. Jermaine Gresham to the outside. They'll hand off to Colbert as he comes out the backfield. Gets stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard. Kept on his feet and drove the pile a little bit. They're going to give him progression up to the 29-yard line. So it'll be a gain of a couple, and they'll mark it there to be 2nd down and 8.
That was a nice run. Not a lot of yardage, but still a determined effort there for the tailback for the Tigers. Jimmy Colbert running tough there. Was brought down on the play by Gerard Garetta for the Spartans.
Same formation. Drew McAdoo will step up. 4-man front for the Spartans. Hand off to the fullback. Nope. McAdoo pulls it out, goes around the right side to the 45, 50, and he'll run out of bounds on the other side of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49-yard line in Spartan territory, and a nice run there by Drew McAdoo after a gain of 13 yards. It'll be 1st and 10 Tigers.
And just like you called it, the thing that made that play go was the fake up the middle to DeJuan Miles. As Miles carried it out well, hid that and acted like he had the ball, drew all the defenders in, and McAdoo got outside, got a crease, and it's a big gain for the Tigers.
Nice job there. The Tigers wearing the white road uniforms, the Spartans dressed in blue. Same formation as they've started the entire game so far. McAdoo hands off to Colbert over the right side, breaks through the tackle, 45 down to the 40-yard line, across the 40, and mark it at the 39. It should be right at the 1st down marker. Let's see. It's good enough. They'll move the chains from the 39-yard line, 1st and 10 Tigers.
And the safety making the tackle there as Jimmy Colbert almost bounced out of there. He did pick up the 1st down, but the last man on the field in blue was able to tackle him. But the running game looking good early in this first drive for the Tigers.
Absolutely. Is 10:50 in the first quarter of play. If you're just joining us, I appreciate it. My name's Terry Long, alongside with Billy Wallace and David Polk. I formation, McAdoo on a keeper over the right guard. He'll go on a nice fake, though, to DeJuan Miles. He'll get down to the 35-yard line. And that's where they'll mark it. It'll be 2nd down and about 6. And the Tigers' offensive running game so far has been very effective.
Some real quick hitters, too. Just really taking advantage of McAdoo's quickness, and he's getting some room to run up there. Same guy has made the tackle every time for Southeast. That's Gerard Garetta with his 3rd tackle on this drive.
I formation. They move Gresham into the slot. Dante Miller comes here to the near side, out by the hash marks. It'll be Colbert on a pitch out around the left side. He hits the 30-yard line, runs over a couple, and brought down by Adam Roberts, number 3 of the Spartans. But it'll be a nice gain of about 7-8 yards, and they'll mark it at the 27-yard line, 1st and 10 Tigers.
Well, what you like there is Jimmy Colbert saw the cornerback coming up to make the tackle, Adam Roberts, and Jimmy just puts his head down, plows over, and picks up another yard or so after the contact there and falls across the stripe for another 1st down.
Tigers break the huddle. We'll check in with David Polk after this play. Is an I formation. This time they'll send the receivers out to the right side. Miller in the slot along with Gresham to the far side. Drew McAdoo comes under center. Pitch out to Miller. Miller bobbles, catches it, and he's going to get hit right at the line of scrimmage. There'll be a flag on the play as number 22 comes up and makes the tackle. That's Javon Franklin. Also on the play, number...
Going to have a face mask down here on the Spartans. It'll probably be just a 5-yarder. But Dante, again, as you said, he just kind of bobbled it here, but we really got a fortunate play there.
We did. That was a good defensive play for Javon Franklin. He recognized that wide toss, got up there quickly from his safety position to make the tackle. When that free safety gets up there and makes the tackle, he's hustling out there on the field.
We appreciate David Polk and the Button sideline report as he calls the face mask. You know, I'm not sure. I knew there was going to be a penalty, but we didn't want to. Our in-house official, David Polk. They mark the ball on the 23-yard line. It'll be first down and 5 for the Tigers. I formation. 2 receivers left. McAdoo keeps it, goes over the right side. They didn't bite on the fake that time, Billy, and they stack him up at the line of scrimmage. It'll be a gain of maybe a yard. Just shy of the 20-yard line. It'll be second down and a short 4.
DeJuan Banks, the big guy at the bottom there, and he is, we don't have heights and weights, but he is a load right in the middle of that defensive front there, and he was not fooled on that fake up the middle.
As the Tigers fan faithful, few have made the trip, the visitor side of the stands. We appreciate, I know the Tigers appreciate all the support on this Thursday night edition of Tiger football. McAdoo on a quarterback keeper goes up the middle and gain of a yard, maybe a yard and a half. They'll mark it at the 20-yard line. It'll make it third down and a short 3.
Well, that was just a quarterback sneak to the left side. I'm not sure if that's something that Drew just saw or if, I don't know.
8:22 left in the first quarter, no score. As the Tigers took the opening kickoff, they've drove so far. They started on their own 27-yard line and they've steadily moved it down the field. They've already got 3 first downs in the ball game. McAdoo comes under center. I formation, 2 receivers to the left. Miller in the slot with Gresham on the far side. Now we got movement on the line, and that'll back up the Tigers there. Let's send it down to David Polk. And did you see the movement, or was he drawn off?
Yeah, the right guard, the right tackle, I'm sorry. It was a hard count, and he jumped with him. So it was designed to do what it did for the Spartans to jump, but we jumped first.
As the Tigers will start over, it'll be third down and 8. With the ball on the 24-yard line, 25-yard line.
24 and a half yard line.
24 and a half.
Just split the difference.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. No hash marks on the field, so we're just kind of estimating here. McAdoo will come up under center. Back to pass. Rolls to his left, steps up in the pocket, fires, hits Gresham at the 5, down to the 3, 2. He's in the end zone. There is a flag on the play. Nice job there by Jermaine Gresham as he came in and caught the football. Nice pass from McAdoo. It went under, had a couple of defenders and went right between them.
I think he was battling, Jermaine battling with the free safety back there. Had to just wait on the football, came back to get it and fought his way, ended up in the end zone unless they blew the whistle, I guess, before he got in. They're
going to say his knee was down at the 1 yard, or about the half-yard line. David Polk, what was the call?
That was a face mask. Well, there was interference on the play, and it's a face mask as well, but I really thought he got into the end zone, but we'll do it on this play.
Well, you know what? I mean, he couldn't have put his knee down because he went in on, he landed on his back.
First and 10, or first and goal from the half-yard line. I think the referee just didn't want to, or the umpire just didn't want to make the call. As Drew McAdoo will set the offense. He'll keep it, drive over the left side, still on his feet, still driving, can't quite get in. There's the signal, touchdown Tigers. At 6:52 in the first quarter of play, the Tigers on a nice keeper from McAdoo, and really a nice second and third effort there from Drew McAdoo, Billy.
Well, it was, and that was a fine drive. We talked about needing to get off to a positive start, and boy, Ardmore got it done there as they take that first opening kick and just march their way down the field, mostly on the ground. It had the one big pass play to Gresham, but very impressive drive.
Ryan Keaton back to do the kicking for the extra point as they line it up. He'll step over here to the left side of the ball. There's the snap. It's a good snap. The kick is up, and it is good. And that'll make it 7-0. Tigers with 6:52 in the first quarter of play. The Tigers take it. That would be 67 yards or 63 yards. We're back after this on 95.7 KKAJ. Oklahoma City, CB Spiegel Stadium. The Southeast Spartans trail the Tigers 7-0 as the Tigers get on the board first. 6:52 in the first. I'm Terry Long with Billy Wallace and David Polk. As a nice kick from Ryan Keaton all the way back to the 5-yard line. He gets to the 15, 20, 25, and he's going to be brought down at the 30-yard line. That's number 21, Martinez Johnson, the ball carrier, and he gets it all the way out to the 30-yard line. That's where the Spartans will take over. 1st and 10, and we'll see the Spartans offense for the first time tonight.
And that's a good thing when you're deep into that first quarter and your offense is able to take it down and show what they've got there, especially after, again, a frustrating week last week. That was a 73-yard drive that the Tigers culminated with a touchdown there. Drew McAdoo, a 1-yard quarterback sneak for the touch.
And a couple of third down conversions there during that drive as well, especially the long pass to Jermaine Gresham. The handoff to the fullback, or the tailback up the middle. He's going to get stacked up the line of scrimmage. Quarterback tonight, Steve Guns for the Spartans. And the fullback, number 25, Alvin Palmer.
And gang tackling for the Tigers. Saw Brian Booker, Marquis Booker, also I think Gene Cormier, the bottom of that stack.
Guns will come under center. They'll mark it at the line of scrimmage, again at the 30. Hands off to the fullback. He's stacked up. Somebody stood him up. I'm trying to see who that is.
That's Dante Moore.
Dante Moore, number 60, or no, Kevin Andrews, number 65.
Well, 37 is the guy that knocked him backwards, though.
Okay.
That's the guy that David told us about that's wearing 37 tonight. Dante, formerly known as 64, now known as 37.
Guns under center, I formation, back to pass. Throws over here to the left side. He's got a man streaking down the line. And it'll be incomplete as it was out of reach. Maurice Grant in coverage. Number 22, Javon Franklin, the intended receiver over here on the near side. Almost a 30-yard pass. Fell just a little bit too hard. It'll be incomplete. 4th down and about 12, and that'll bring on the punting unit for the Spartans.
That was really nice coverage for Maurice Grant. Really just eyeballing that receiver, running step for step with him, just waiting on his reaction to the ball before he turned to make a play. The ball a little bit overthrown, but I think that was due to the good coverage from Grant.
D'Angelo Stepini back to punt. He gets the kickoff. It's a low squibber. It hits at the 40 in Ardmore territory. Takes a Spartan bounce. Rolls down to the, it hit at the 50 and rolled to the 40. Just across it, and they'll mark it at the 37-yard line. The Tigers will take over there, 1st and 10. Let's send it down to the sideline, and the button starter and alternator sideline report with David Polk. And David, what's the attitude over there right now?
Well, they're really excited. You know, it's the first time they've really just come out and just taken it down the length of the football field and gone ahead and scored. And then to have a bad punt there and to get in good field position here, they're all pretty pumped down here right now.
I'll say if the Tigers can take this drive and do what they did the last time and expire the first quarter, that makes for a long ball game for the Spartans. As McAdoo will stay under center, I formation. Puts it in, pitches it out to Jimmy Carbert. He goes around the left side, tries to turn a corner, does. Hits the 40 up to the 45, and he'll be all the way over on the Ardmore, by the Ardmore sideline. But it'll be a nice run and a gain of about 7. They'll mark it there. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
And credit Jimmy Colbert with having the wheels to get outside, because 91 Robert Stone had fought through his block and was in the backfield. Jimmy had to outrun him to the corner and then turned up the crease and picks up a nice gain on 1st down. Tigers really running the football well in this first quarter.
Gresham comes over here to the near side. Dante Miller will stay in the slot. I formation. It'll be Colbert dots the I. Dwan Miles at the fullback. McAdoo under center. Hand off to Colbert over the left side. He gets stacked up in the back. Tripped up by number 97 with a nice tackle. Gerald McCoy shot the line and brought Colbert down right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down in the same 3.
And Southeast has some size up front. Again, we don't have heights and weights listed, but Gerald McCoy, number 97, also 99, DeJuan Banks. They are a load in the middle of that defensive front.
Tigers on the ball on the 44-yard line in Ardmore territory. As the Tigers here will try to convert this 3rd down and keep this drive going. McAdoo will come up under center. Offset I. 2 receivers to the far side. McAdoo back to pass. He rolls to his right. Looking downfield. He gets under pressure. Evades one tackler. Throws it downfield. He's got a man. It's Gresham. Goes up high and caught. Caught at the 25-yard line. Jermaine Gresham. Now they're ruling it incomplete.
No, we're good.
No, they're good. It is complete. They're moving it, but Jermaine Gresham's slow to get up, but he does get up and hobble off the field. as he twisted his ankle on the way down. Know what a beautiful pass there from Drew McAdoo.
Well, and how patient was Drew as he really took his time. He had a heavy rush in his face, and he waited and waited until Jermaine got back there and turned around and looked back for him. Still had 3 defenders, and Jermaine just out-jumped him for the football.
And that's the joy of having that 6'6" or 6'8" young man as a wide receiver.
Well, and it looked as if Drew was almost just throwing the football away, and then he saw the receiver come open and wedged that football in there. It took a strong arm to get the ball down there.
McAdoo shirked a couple of tacklers before he got that ball away, and McAdoo will stay up under center. I formation. Hands off to Colbert. Nope, now he rolls on play action. To the right, hits number 27. Or is that number 37? That's number 27. We'll give him credit if I knew who it was.
You know, he's not listed on our roster. We're
going to get David Polk to find out who that is for us.
And again, the thing that sold that
is number 27. Do we not have who it is?
No.
No. So we want to get him credit where credit is due. So if you can find out who number 27 is for us.
I'll find it.
Number 325 left. The pass was complete down to the 6. Make that the 11-yard line. When you watch the playback on Tuesday night at 7 o'clock.
They'll understand why we struggle at times.
You'll see what we're talking about as the Spartans take a timeout. We'll take one as well. We're back after this on 95.7 KKAJ. The Tigers lead 7-0 over the Southeast Spartans. 3:25 in the first quarter of play is after the timeout. The Tigers will go straight to the line. It'll be an I formation. Colbert dots the I with DeJuan Miles at the fullback. McAdoo comes under center, hands off to Colbert over the right side. He'll get stacked up at the line of scrimmage. He'll fall forward for maybe a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down and a long 9.
And again, bottom of the pile, DeJuan Banks, the big guy, right in the middle for the Spartans. A little slow to get up, though.
We want to credit Matt Hicks, number 27, as he won the toss. He was the receiver on that last play that converted the first down on the 3rd and long there for the Tigers and got the ball down to the 11-yard line. I want to give credit where credit is due. Nice job there on a nice out pattern from Matt Hicks. Again, the I formation. Dante Miller in the slot along with Jermaine Gresham to the near side. Close in formation, though. Handoff or play action to the right. McAdoo under center or under pressure. Throws the ball away as they get away. Had 3 defenders in on him quickly.
And a nice senior play, though, for Drew McAdoo to get rid of that football because Emmanuel Rodriguez got in there on him quick. And that guy's got some good size and good speed to get right in McAdoo's face. And Drew, nice job scrambling out to the right side. Had a blocker out there tight inside of the field, but just didn't have anybody open. Didn't have time to get the ball down there.
2:33 left in the first quarter of play. 3rd down and a long 8 yards for the Tigers. Still got a chance to make a first down just shy of the goal line. McAdoo under center. Moves his fullback to the left side. Now it's an offset I. Miller in the slot. Back to pass. He's got good protection. He rolls to his left. Now he's got a man in the end zone. Dante Miller goes up. Nice catch. Touchdown, Tigers. Dante Miller from Drew McAdoo on a nice 8-yard pass. Count it there. Make that a 9-yard pass. As the Tigers now take a 13-0 lead at 2:24 in the first.
And you know what made that work, Terry, is the guy that he moved over to make it an offset I situation was the guy that picked up the on-rushing guy in the backfield there, because if he doesn't move DeJuan Miles over to make the block, he doesn't ever get that pass away.
Ryan Keaton to do the kicking. Set for the extra point. There's the snap. They bobble the hold, and it's going to be no good as he can't get the kick away. McAdoo unable to get the ball down as he bobbled the snap. 13-0 the score. 2:24 left in the first quarter of play. We'll be back to after this on 95.7 KKJ. Tigers lead 13-0 on an 8-yard pass. Make that a 9-yard pass from Drew McAdoo to Dante Miller to make the score 13-0. The missed extra point by Ryan Keaton. The scoring summary brought to you by Crystal Clear Communications, your authorized Verizon wireless agent in Ardmore, 808 12th Street Northwest in Ardmore. Stop by and check it out. They got free phones, well, not free phones. They got a $49 phone with a $49 rebate or something like that going on right now. You need to swing in there and check it out. Ryan Keaton's kick is short but high, and it's touched. It's kind of a high onside kick. Now the Tigers get down there at it.
Ardmore's ball.
On the 30-yard line, and Ardmore recovers. It'll be the Tigers will recover the football after it took an errant bounce and hit one of the Spartans, Billy.
No, the Tigers.
Oh, no, they did say that that the Spartans got it.
So now we'll correct ourselves. Spartans offense comes out on the field, so they have the football.
What a quarter of football for the Tigers. They got somewhere in the 145 yards of offense in the first quarter so far. The defense has held the Spartans to 3 downs and out. This is only the second possession for Southeast, and we're about the 2-minute mark in the first quarter.
Guns pitches to the fullback. He'll get stacked up, wrapped up, breaks a tackle. Still on his feet. Now he'll be brought down. A nice tackle there by, I believe that's number 28 with the tackle. I'm sorry, number 88, Brian Booker.
Booker and also Marquise. He got double bookered on that one.
Alvin Palmer down for the Spartans. Slow rolling, I believe his knee got wrapped up there.
And, you know, we talked about the Tiger offense needed to get back in gear. Defense played pretty well last week. If you think about it, how much Lawton MacArthur had the ball, it's really only 6-0, you know, at halftime. And I thought the defense played well all night. They just didn't get much help from the offensive unit, and the mistakes finally caught up with the Tigers.
Coach Lloyd brought that up during the Tiger talk too. The field position, you gave Lawton Mack a great field position all night long. They only had 3 drives, and
you know, Ardmore looked a little bit out of sync the first drive when Lawton MacArthur took it right down, scored on 3 plays. But after that, man, they kind of closed the gate a little bit, played pretty well. If they'd have gotten a little bit out of the offense, could have been a whole different ball game.
As they help Palmer off the field, hope nothing serious is wrong. We'll get back to action here.
And
2 minutes is the 2-minute warning.
I don't have any official stats in front of me, but I'm going to tell you right now, I don't believe Southeast has a yard.
In the first quarter of play, I think you're probably right. 13-0 the score. Tigers lead with 2 minutes left in the first. As Guns will come under center. He'll send his tailback, Martinez Johnson, out to the left side, put him in the slot. 3 receivers out. Now they'll hand off. It's a broken play. Guns looked like he wanted to hand off to fullback. Fullback didn't take it. And Guns kind of had to take it, try to make something out of it. And it'll be a gain of a half yard. They'll mark it there. It'll be 3rd down and about 9.5.
And Dante Moore, no matter what number he's wearing, does a good job of plugging the gap in that run game, that run defense, and he was at the bottom of that pile.
Guns under center. Back to pass. Nice protection. Rolls to his left. Decides to keep it. Tries to turn the corner on the outside to the left. Does. Gets to the 35, almost up to the 40 before he's run out of bounds. Let's see where they mark. They'll mark him at the 35-yard line. So he went out of bounds earlier than I thought.
And look at the guy that bumped him out of bounds, the guy we're talking about, Dante Moore. He's lined up on the left side of the defensive line for the Tigers, gets all the way to the sideline to bump him out of bounds right over in front of the Tiger bench. So good hustle for 37 or 64, Dante Moore.
D'Angelo Stephanie back to do the punting. He's standing on his own 20-yard line. Back deep for the Tigers. It'll be Justin Day. Justin standing on his 40-yard line in Ardmore territory. They get the punt away. It's a line drive. Justin catches it at the 40, and he'll be hit immediately at the 41-yard line, make it the 42. Now we got flags coming all over the place. Let's send it down to the Button sideline. David Polk, what's the call?
That was number 74 for the Spartans. That's the third time tonight he's popped somebody in the back like that, and he finally got caught. So he may spend some time on the sidelines here.
All right, as they unnecessary roughness or unsportsmanlike conduct, and it'll be against the Spartans. That'll move the football as they cross midfield. It'll be a big 15-yarder. They'll mark it at the 43-yard line in Spartan territory. Tigers 1st and 10 as the first quarter about to come to an end.
And boy, the field position just gets better and better for the Tigers. They started at their own 27, their own 37, and now at the southeast 43-yard line.
As the Tigers break huddle, they'll send Dante Miller. He'll come over here to the near side as we're on the home side of the field. McAdoo will hand off to the play action, rolls under pressure, gets sacked though in the back as number 5, D'Angelo Stepani, comes in and makes the tackle. It'll be a loss of 6 yards. They'll mark it at the 49-yard line. Make that, it'll be 1st and 16.
Well,
2nd and 16.
Stepani got the sack, but also credit Emmanuel Rodriguez because he had a rush outside, turned McAdoo back inside, and then that's when Stepani was able to get a hold of him and get him down.
Nowhere to throw the football downfield as McAdoo looked to throw on a play action. They'll send 2 receivers out to the far side. That's going to be Jermaine Gresham, Dante Miller, I formation. Hand off to Colbert. He's on a little draw. He goes through the 35 or 45, gets down to the 40-yard line, back into Spartan territory. And that'll make it a little bit better for 3rd down, as it'll bring up 3rd down at about 6 as they mark him at the 39-yard line in Spartan territory. Now we have another Spartan down.
I believe it's Adam Roberts, one of the cornerbacks.
You are correct.
Got his helmet off.
One of the seniors.
I'm going to tell you, if Steve Guns doesn't make a tackle on Colbert, Colbert might still be running there. He just got just enough of his jersey from behind.
As we have about 6 seconds left in the first quarter of play. We'll take a timeout while they work on the injured player. We're back after this on 95.7 KKAJ. Stadium as the Adam Roberts comes off the field. He does come up under his own power with a little assistance, as it looks like he's working with his left knee, but he's starting to walk a little better. 6 seconds left in the first quarter of play, and the Tigers are just going to let the clock expire, and that'll do it for the first quarter. We'll be back after this with the second quarter, and on 95.7, the Tigers lead 13-0. Back after this.
Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Billy Wallace with Terry Long and David Polk. Tigers lead 13-0 over the Spartans. Tigers have taken this ball at their own 43-yard line in the midst of a drive. McAdoo's going to bring the offensive unit up to the line for the Tigers. Offset I formation. McAdoo back with the snap, looks left, throws out to Gresham out on the boundary. He's going to break it back inside across the 25, 20, 15, down to the 5-yard line. I believe they're going to spot the ball right at the 5-yard line. Little slant pass to Jermaine Gresham outside as McAdoo just rolled back, didn't look any other direction, and rifled the ball over to Gresham on the left side. Welcome back, Terry.
Thank you.
You're supposed to throw in a color commentary quote there.
What did I miss? I didn't even see the play.
Well, you missed it. That was a beautiful pass from McAdoo to Gresham, and the Tigers are going to be knocking on the goal, on the door of the goal line Now on the other end, on the and this field, by the way, runs east and west. Now on the east end of the stadium.
As McAdoo will come under center for the Tigers I formation. Colbert and got Marquise Booker at the fullback position. They'll hand off to him. Nope, pitch out to Colbert on the left side.
I think they're going to say he was down.
McAdoo was down before he pitched. There's good penetration there from the Spartans. It'll be a loss of a couple. It'll be second down and about 7. Second and goal from the 7.
Tigers trying to complete a 43-yard scoring drive. They've already had a 73-yarder and a 63-yarder. This would be the shortest one of the ball game, but the offensive unit really playing well.
A lot tighter formations. The offensive line is firing off the football tonight. They hand off to Colbert over the left side. He keeps on his feet, breaks through, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers. Jimmy Colbert with a nice 7-yard run off the left tackle. Count that for the Tigers. It'll be 19-0 now with 10:55 in the second quarter, and Ryan Keaton will attempt the extra point.
And we have some stats here we'll get to. Thank you, Roger Morgan, the stat man on the spot.
First quarter stats. A lot better than last week's performance. The snap is good, the kick is up, and the kick is good, and that's going to make it an even 20. 10:55 in the second quarter of play, 20-0. Tigers lead. We're back after this on 95.7 KKHA. Stadium, Oklahoma City. I'm Terry Long with Billy Wallace and David Polk as the Ryan Keaton gets ready to kick off. He tees it up from the 50. The kick is a high end over end, but it's going to fall short as it hits at the 30, and it's going to go out of bounds. I'm sorry, it hit at the 30, and the Tigers almost recovered it. That's Maurice Grant, number 22. Ryan Chandler just overran the kickoff. Billy, and the Spartans will take over first and 10 from the 34-yard line.
I'll tell you what, that almost a deep onside has almost worked twice for the Tigers. We thought they had it the last time they kicked after the touchdown. Terry, we talked about domination in the first quarter, and I knew that Southeast didn't have many yards in the first quarter. They had 5. 5 plays for 5 yards. That's defensive domination. Then you look at the offensive side. The Tigers ran 18 plays, had 140 yards of offense, which I think I said something in that neighborhood. I'm kind of proud of myself. I got to give myself credit on that one.
4-man front from the Tigers. Guns back to pass, throws over the left side, hits the out man. That's number 3, Adam Roberts, who was out earlier with an injury. He's back in the ball game. It'll be a gain of 4, maybe 5 yards. They'll mark it at the just shy of the 40-yard line. It'll be second down and 5.
And one of the better plays there for Southeast.
No huddle as the Spartans back to pass again. Guns on he'll pull it down and run. He kicks up to the 35-40 and almost breaks the tackle at midfield. Justin Day with a nice ankle tackle along with number 35, Michael Dotson. And if that tackle hadn't been made, that young man, Adam Guns, would have been gone.
Steve Guns is quite a runner there, and that may be the secret, is to try to hurry up and get that ball snap before the Tiger defense gets set.
Guns in the shotgun. 4 receivers out, 2 left, 2 right. There's the snap. He's looking to throw. He rolls to his right. He's under pressure. Long pass downfield, and it's going to get intercepted by the Tigers at the 40, 35, 40, 50, 45, 30, and it's going to be returned all the way for a touchdown as the Tigers interception at the 30-yard line, but we do have a flag on the play. We're going to send it down to David Polk and see if we know what's going on.
Well, I'm not sure. They may be calling a clip right back here at the back or a block in the back. That's exactly what they've got, is a block in the back here about the 45-yard line.
Against the Spartans, So
And that's
sure that'll be declined, and that'll result in a touchdown for the Tigers. Or are they gonna say he was out of bounds?
no. The flag came from back here, and Ardmore had the ball at that point, so it's got to be against the Tigers. And that was Maurice Grant, by the way, who intercepted that ball.
Was it?
Just took it down the boundary right in front of the Tiger bench, and boy, did he outrun the pursuit to get down through there. I thought that they were going to have the angle on him, and he just outran him to the spot.
Oh, okay. They're gonna. Yeah, it is on the Tigers, and
Yeah, it was on the Tigers.
but the interception stands as but at the point of infraction, so the return for the touchdown negated, but the Tigers do get possession. It'll be at the 37-yard line in Ardmore territory, 1st and 10. As they come out, it'll be McAdoo will come up under center on an offset eye. Marquise Booker and Jimmy Colbert in the backfield for the Tigers. 2 receivers out, one left, one right. McAdoo back to pass. Long pass downfield. He's got Dante Miller. Caught at the 30, 25, 20, 15, 5 touchdown Tigers. As Dante Miller streaks down the right side of the field, and Drew McAdoo just launches it and hits him perfectly in stride for a nice, what do we call that?
62 yards.
62-yard touchdown pass. Makes the score 26-0.
And somebody said this the other day about Dante Miller. Does a great job of adjusting to the football. Had his head back looking for the ball and just caught up with it as McAdoo led him perfectly. Miller is one of the quickest guys in the state and just ran underneath that football.
You couldn't have scripted that any better. If you're the Tiger offensive coordinator, I'm sure he's happy to see his offense back on track. Ryan Keaton to do the kicking, the extra point. McAdoo with a high snap, but gets it down in time. The kick is up, and the kick is good. Makes it 27-0 with 9:48 in the second. After a 62-yard pass from Drew McAdoo to Dante Miller, the Tigers take a commanding lead here early in the second quarter. That summary brought to you by Crystal Clear Communications. Crystal Clear Communications, your authorized Verizon wireless agent, 808 12th Street Northwest in Ardmore. Got some great deals on phones, accessories, and calling plans with the in-network calling of Verizon Wireless. Stop by and check them out today, 808 12th Street Northwest in Ardmore. I want to remind everybody, Saturday morning, we will have the Coaches Show, the Mike Kellick Chevrolet Coaches Show, live from the Prairie Kitchen. That'll be at 8:30 after this Thursday night edition of Ardmore Tiger football. But also tomorrow at the Prairie Kitchen, it's Bevo Burger Lunch.
It's not tomorrow, though.
Yeah.
Oh, the lunch
The
tomorrow.
lunch is tomorrow, 11 to 1. Stop by and check it out. KKJ will be on location. And Bevo Burger, Bevo times. Phil Tabor will have his championship stuff out and along with everything, but he'll have some great specials on the Bevo Burgers. Stop by the Prairie Kitchen tomorrow from 11 to 1. Is Ryan Keaton with a nice long kick. It's fielded right at the goal line. He'll get up to the 15-20. Breaks 2 tackles, then he'll get brought down. That's number 21, Martinez Johnson, with a nice run back. He'll get all the way up to the 23-yard line. But he broke 2 or 3 tackles to get there, Billy.
Yes, he did. And, boy, Southeast just needs a spark right now. And they had gotten a little bit of a spark the last possession from Steve Guns, their quarterback, before the interception. The touchdown interception for Maurice Grant that was called back for the Tigers. But Southeast with a chance to try to get something positive going.
Steve Guns in the shotgun. He'll keep it. It gets to back to the 25, 26-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 2. It'll be 2nd down and 8 for Southeast.
And you kind of feel like Southeast is just kind of running a Texas offense here. Just snap the ball to your best player, your quarterback, and let him freelance out there.
Well, and they're going with no huddle, and I think that's throwing the defense off just a little bit as they tried to set the offense earlier, and they've had some success. Back to pass. Guns over the middle, hits Roberts at the 40-yard line right over the top. It'll be a nice gain there, a gain of 14 yards. Good for the first down. Mark it at the 41-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10 Southeast.
That was a nice pass from the quarterback there, Steve Guns, as he rocketed that into Adam Roberts.
Guns in the shotgun, rolls to his right, looking to throw. Does, hits the man in the flat out on the right side. He gets the 45 up to the 48-yard line. It'll be a gain of 8, and it'll be 2nd down and a short 2 for the Spartans. And now Steve Guns has moved his offense. This no huddle seems to have the Ardmore Tiger defense back on their heels.
I'm afraid to say anything because they snapped the ball so quick. I don't want to leave you hanging there.
Guns comes up under center this time. 4 receivers out. He'll keep it, pushes the pile forward. But the Tiger defense does a great job getting penetration. Maybe a half yard. It'll be 3rd down in that same short yard there.
And that time, I believe that was Brian Booker in there that stuffed that play up. Defensive front has really played solid for the Tigers tonight. Take away a couple of plays there from the quarterback Guns. Everything else has been tough sledding for
Guns
Southeast.
back to pass, rolls to his left, looking downfield. He's got a man streaking. Roberts at the 10, 5, touchdown Spartans.
Robert Gordon fell down and couldn't get back over there, couldn't recover in time, and Adam Roberts just came open, and Guns' nice job of recognition down the field got him the football.
And credit Adam Roberts. He's coming off the field now, he's hobbling, but he definitely ran the route on a nice post pattern straight down the left side of the field. And Steve Guns, who rolled to his left, showing good patience. Like you said, Robert Gordon unable to keep his feet and make up the difference. So a touchdown there for the Spartans. That'll put 6 on the board with 7:46 left in the second quarter of play. There's the snap. The kick is up, and it is good. And the kicker there, number 12, who is one of the additions. I believe that was Victor.
That's Victor. We don't have his last name. We'll just call him Victor.
They couldn't pronounce it, so they just gave us Victor. 27-7. 7:46 in the second quarter. We're back after this. This is Tiger football on a Thursday night. 95.7 KKAJ. Spiegel Stadium. Let's check in with David Polkin, the Buttons sideline. And David, what's going on over there on the sideline after that Spartan touchdown?
Oh, that was just a little bit of a fluke there. One of the defensive backs kind of slipped and fell and gave the receiver an opportunity to get out. The quarterback threw a great pass and he was able to get in the end zone, but it was a fluke.
A fluke. We'll call it a fluke. We'll give it a fluke. It's the Tigers lead 27-7. The kick is on the way. It's a nice line drive kick. Gresham fields it at the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Comes on to the outside of the left. 30, 40. Got a flag on the play up to the 45, almost to the 48-yard line. Just shy of midfield, and we'll send it down to David Polk for the results of the flag.
Got a clip right where that flag lands. The official hit the player right in the back with it.
That's going to be
it down.
And that's way back at the 24-yard line. So that'll negate that nice run back by Jermaine Gresham.
With some costly clips the last couple of trips down for the Tigers as it negated an interception return from Maurice Grant for a touchdown. And this time it's going to back Ardmore up. Look like they're going to have great field position out around midfield.
Well, and those are the things that you need that you can work on in practice. I know Coach Lloyd will see that on film, and that'll key a couple of things to work on. That'll back them up all the way back to the 14-yard line is where they'll mark it, and the Tigers will take over 1st and 10.
And we talked about Southeast is explosive. They've got some athletes now, and again, people that come up here thinking that, this is going to be like the Capitol Hill game, because sometimes those poor guys, they just barely have enough guys to go out for a team. That's not the situation. A lot of players on the sideline down here for Southeast, a lot of talent out there on the field.
As the Tigers break the huddle, strong left side, McAdoo back to pass. Looks to throw, decides to keep it, pulls it down. 15, 20, up to the 25. And that's where he'll get driven out of bounds as the Spartan defense collapses on him. They'll mark it, make that the 20 instead of the 25. It'll be 2nd down and a long 5 yards.
And Drew, like a little jackrabbit back there in the backfield, as Gerald McCoy was airborne. The big defensive lineman got in the air to try to block that pass or come down on top of Drew. He just stepped around him and took it up the left side. They're good blocking out left for the Tigers, and a positive pickup on first down.
Ball on the 21-yard line. 2nd down and 4 as McAdoo will come up under center I formation. Receivers out to the left side. Hands off to the second man through. He'll get up to the 25. It'll be good for the first down, and it'll move the chains. 1st and 10, Ardmore.
And I believe, was that Jimmy Colbert?
You notice
No,
I said the second man through.
Okay. All we know is it's a first down. That's all that matters.
As the angle we have from the press box, I can't see who's in the backfield. This time I can. It's Jermaine Stubblefield.
I think it was Stubblefield
and Dante Moore.
On that previous carry, it was Stubblefield.
Dante Moore in the fullback. Stubblefield dots the I. Receivers left and right. McAdoo back to, hands off to Stubblefield. He's going to get stacked up in the backfield this time. Gerald McCoy shoots the line, and he'll drop Stubblefield for a huge loss all the way back down to the 19-yard line. That'll make it 2nd down and a long 14 yards for the Tigers.
And Gerald McCoy with the body slam. He just welcomed Stubblefield to Oklahoma City, the greater Oklahoma City area, on behalf of the Chamber of Commerce.
It's 5:40 left in the first half of play, and David Polk is going to line up a halftime interview sometime, and we'll have that for you at the end of this quarter, as it'll be a timeout, Southeast, I believe. I'm sorry, it's timeout Tigers. They want to talk things over. We'll take a timeout as well. We're back after this on 95.7 KKAJ. McAdoo takes the snap, and then we'll get some procedure there against the Tigers. So that'll back them up another 5 as they're on their 20-yard line. Now, not a very good series of downs here for the Tigers, Billy. It's like the offense has kind of lost focus.
Well, the clip set them back, and timeout, and everybody just struggling right now. Get back on the successful page. They had the book open. The playbook was working well in that first quarter. Things have gotten a little tougher in the second.
Well, and what Coach Lloyd and his coaching staff doesn't want to see is a return to the like the Duncan game, where they let the team back in it. And they want to keep pounding it, keep the offense focused, move the football, eat some clock. Offset I formation, 2 receivers here to the near side. It'll be Gresham in the slot with Dante Miller. McAdoo rolls to his left, play action. Under pressure, throws, hits Gresham at the 30-yard line. No good, though. As he drops it, as he hits the ground, it'll be incomplete. And that'll make it 3rd down and a long 17 or 20 yards.
And you have to be careful here. Don't want any turnovers down on this end of the field, as we have seen Southeast is pretty explosive, or can be at times. So you want to try to pick up the first, but you don't want to do anything silly.
McAdoo over to the Ardmore sideline to get the play. 5:04 left in the first half. 27-7. The Tigers lead after a commanding first quarter of play, which resulted in the Spartans with only 5 yards of offense. I formation. McAdoo under center. Jermaine Stubblefield with the call. He'll get over the left side, get stacked at the line of scrimmage. Tripped up there. Nice defensive effort by number 11, Emmanuel Rodriguez of the Spartans.
And Coach Lloyd agrees with us there. He stays pretty conservative on 3rd and long there. Just hand off to the tailback up the middle. Nothing much happening there. And Tigers happy to just try to get a punt and punt the ball out of here. Drew had a great week punting the football last week against Lawton MacArthur and give the senior quarterback / punter a chance to kick him out of trouble.
Steve Guns in Ardmore territory as the punt is a wobbler. Hits at the 40-yard line or the 39. It doesn't take anybody's bounce as it bounces sideways. It'll stay at the 39-yard line. No return. The Spartans will take over in Ardmore territory, though, with good field position, which they haven't had the entire ball game.
And that is the first punt of the ball game for the Tigers, so you know it's been a successful first half. Defense got to dig in here, and again, Tigers got burned long pass play a while ago when Robert Gordon slipped and fell down.
As Guns will stay in the shotgun as he's been there most of the night. Now, broken play, he'll keep it. As number 65, Kevin Andrews, comes up, makes a nice tackle in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, maybe a yard and a half, 2nd down and a long 11. As it looked like Guns wanted to hand it off, but the fullback was gone. In the shotgun, back to pass. Looking downfield, decides to run, pulls it down across the 40, tries to get outside, can't get there. As Marquise Booker with a nice tackle as he kept him contained and drove him out of bounds. It'll be no gain. Maybe a gain of a yard. Back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 10. Billy?
Yes?
Not letting you talk much, are they?
That's okay.
Steve Guns rolls. He's under pressure. He loses his footing. And Brian Booker, give him credit as he was in the backfield before the ball almost.
And an assist for Brian from the turf that time as Guns tried to plant his feet to try to get away from Brian and just lost his footing and went down on the spot.
Sean Smith, the right tackle for the Spartans, just unable to hold on to or block out Brian Booker that time as he was in the backfield and pushed him all the way around. 3:37 left in the first half of play. As back to punt is number 5. He gets a line drive. Squibbler takes it down all the way to the 26-yard line. And there'll be no return on the play. And that's where the Tigers will take over, 1st and 10.
Well, the Tigers have also been explosive. They had a 62-yard touchdown from McAdoo to Miller. So they have proven that they can strike quickly. And they got really plenty of time here with 3:24 remaining in the 2nd quarter.
And some exciting offense tonight for the Tigers. They've had a couple of good pass plays to Jermaine Gresham, as well as that 62-yarder and a few others, some good running plays. The offensive line has done a tremendous job controlling the line of scrimmage for the Tigers tonight.
And Drew has 2 touchdown passes on the night.
It'll be Dwan Miles, Jimmy Colbert. Colbert rolls to his right side on the pitch. Gets to the almost back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard. They'll mark it at the 16-yard line. And that'll make it 2nd down and 11.
Jimmy got tag teamed there by Emmanuel Rodriguez and then also DeJuan Banks. And I think Banks a little slow to get up. 2nd or 3rd time I've seen him struggle to get back to his feet.
Timeout Tigers. We're back after this on 95.7 KKHA.
I wasn't worried about him.
Welcome back to CB Spiegel Stadium as 3:14 left in the first half. McAdoo back to pass. He's got pressure from the big guys. Now he'll turn up field, hits the 15, 20, cuts back up to the outside, loses the football, puts it on the turf. Ball still on the ground as it goes out of bounds. It'll still be Tigers football.
Well, it didn't go. The clock is going to continue to run, though, as I don't think Drew got all the way out. Saw the official over there winding the clock still.
Tommy Fitzgerald, I believe, recovered, but a timeout southeast as they want to try and get this ball back and still have time to put some points on the board.
Yes, they do.
We'll take a quick timeout at 30 and back after this on 95.7 KKHA. Oklahoma City is the Tigers lead 27-7, and they have third down and about 6 yards to go as they mark the ball at the 22-yard line. McAdoo will come under center. Sends 2 receivers out to the left side. Now we're going to have to burn another timeout as we didn't have enough men on the field. The Tigers' offense looks a little confused there.
Well, here's an advantage that I see is the Tigers lined up Gresham out wide. He's the guy in coverage out there is Adam Roberts, who came off with the gimpy leg
still
a while ago, and he's still dragging it. I don't know if that's exactly the matchup they want, but that might be a weakness Tigers might want to work on here on this big third down situation.
As the Tigers have done real well with third down conversions so far this evening, as the scoreboard indicates, they've moved the football, came out on the opening drive and marched it 72 yards down the field and ate up a whole lot of clock. And we'll get all the stats during the halftime show. Also have a interview with Brent Bonner of the school board coming up at the halftime. Invite you to stay tuned. Thursday night edition. There won't be many area scores from around the area tonight. This stadium will have another football game tomorrow night. McAdoo will roll to his left, now back to his right. He's under pressure, pulls it down. It is a broken play. Nowhere to throw the football and no time to throw it. And that's going to bring up fourth down and about 7 after a loss of a couple. And the Tigers will have to punt it away with 2:43 left in the first half.
And I think all of the defensive line was in the backfield that time. Nobody got a block on anybody in blue on that one, and Drew just running for his life.
As the Spartans, I believe, take a timeout, we'll take one as well. We're back after this on 95.7 KKHA. CB Spiegel Stadium as McAdoo back to punt. He gets the kick away. It's a line drive. Steve Gunn's driven all the way back to his 40. He'll catch it there, and he loses his footing. Nice coverage, though, from number 59, I believe. That's Stephen Lee. Great coverage downfield. They're going to mark it at the 39-yard line in Spartan territory. And that's where they'll take over 1st and 10.
That guy was so scared he was going to get hit, he just fell down.
That was a nice punt. That was kind of a line drive punt, but Drew really got a hold of that one.
Steve Gunn's in the shotgun. Looks to throw. Throws it outside, and almost miscommunication there as Adam Roberts cut inside. The ball comes outside, and Robert Gordon almost makes the interception.
That would have only been fair after Robert fell down and the Spartans scored on the long touchdown pass a minute ago. That would have given Robert a chance to run down the boundary.
Kind of a crossing pattern between the slot receiver and the wideout. Guns comes under center, pump fake. Now he launches it downfield, and Adam Roberts really limping hard. He's just not going to be able to make that throw. The Tigers, Justin Day and Robert Gordon, had a better shot at catching that football than did Adam Roberts.
Well, he's a wide receiver now, but he's the guy that was lined up on Gresham, and I saw him dragging that leg around. He plays cornerback on the defensive side.
It's Sure, he's going to try to ice it down a little bit during the half and maybe figure out what's going on. Guns in the shotgun. Pulls it down, decides to keep it. He'll cross the 40. Tries to go around the outside, breaks one tackle, hits the 45, gets up to the 48-yard line before Brian Booker and Marquise Booker double him up and tackle.
Looks to be about a yard short of the first down. You know they're going to go for it. 3rd and 1, 3rd and short.
Also Robert Gordon in on that tackle. 27-7 with 2 minutes left on the clock is, like you are correct, 4th and 1. And we're going to, Steve Guns will stay in the shotgun. Left and right, Guns. He's not going to make it as Gene Cormier. But Stephen Lee comes in and makes a nice backfield tackle, ankle tackle, and the Spartans turn it over on downs. The Tigers will take over 1st and 10.
Wow, how quick did Stephen Lee get in the backfield there, because Guns has got some quickness we have seen, and he had him by the ankles as soon as he got the deep snap there as he was set up in the shotgun, and Stephen Lee got there about the same time the football did.
Let's send it across the way to David Polk in the Button sideline. And David, what's the attitude over on the sideline now?
Well, they really think they can put another score on the board here. They lined up, they're ready to go in. They were real excited about getting another shot. So let's see if we can do it here.
McAdoo comes under center, offset eye. Got receivers left and right. Checks off on the line. There's the snap, looks to throw. Gresham over on the right side, can't quite hold on to it as he gets hit right as he tries to catch it. Eric Reed with nice coverage for the Spartans. And it'll be incomplete, 2nd down and 10.
And I was trying to look, and I don't see Roberts out on the field right now as they finally pulled him from the defensive side, as he is pretty well banged up there. The two-way player, two-way starter for Southeast is getting a little time to recoup here in this late in the first half.
2nd down and 10. The ball's on the 47-yard line in Spartan territory, as it'll be an I formation with DeJuan Miles and Jimmy Colbert dots the I. Left and right, receivers out. McAdoo will be under center. Hands off to Colbert over the left guard. He hits the 45-40 down to the 35. And a nice run there, and it'll be a gain of about 13 yards. Mark it at the 33-yard line. Make that the 32. And move the chains for a Tiger 1st down.
Boy, what a nice cut there, though, as Colbert just cut back sharply to his left as the free safety came up to make the tackle, picked up an extra 5 yards.
McAdoo will take the snap, back to pass, rolls left, throws it over the top, and it's caught at the 25-20 down to the 15-yard line, make it the 14-yard line with a nice reception. Matt Hicks, number 27, with the reception. And they'll mark it right at the 14-yard line. Tigers with 1:05 left on the clock in the first half, try to punch it in for another score before the half. I formation. McAdoo back to pass, fade pass into the corner. Gresham with a nice separation, but they're going to call him for the interference as he pushed off pretty hard, but can't do that, not at any level. Let's send it down to David Polk and his thoughts on that interference.
That's exactly what he did. He just tried to separate himself just a little bit, and really probably you can blame that on watching too much college ball and professional ball on Saturdays and Sundays, because he did separate himself and so he could catch the ball.
That'll be the penalty. They'll mark it off. And the ball will be all the way back to the 27-yard line. And it'll be 2nd down and a long 25. McAdoo will come under center. He's got 3 receivers over here to the right side, 1 to the left. That's Gresham. Lone back in the backfield, DeJuan Miles. McAdoo looks to throw downfield. Gresham lanes out, lays himself out, tries to make the catch, can't get it done. It just missed it, just past his hands as he was going for the end zone.
Boy, that was a nice throw from McAdoo. He had it right in the only location that he could put it and give his guy a chance without having that defensive back turn around and make an interception. That was Javon Franklin in coverage. He's a guy that replaced Roberts at that other cornerback position.
Yeah, you catch that pass, it's on the highlight reel.
Yeah, That was perfect location.
But otherwise, it's an incomplete pass. 3rd down and 25 as the Tigers will try to do it again. 2 receivers left. Now they're going to move one on the other side. That'll be Maurice Grant. Be three to the right side, and Gresham over there by himself to the left. DeJuan Miles in the backfield. McAdoo under center. Rolls to his right. Got time. Goes over the top. Hits Justin Day at the 20. And he'll get down to the 18-yard line after the reception over the top. And that'll be 4th down and about 15 now. As they're going to bring on the field goal unit, try to make a field goal here. As the clock runs, they don't have a timeout. McAdoo counts the players, makes sure we have enough. 20 seconds. It'll be a 25-yard, 35-yard field goal. Ryan Keaton with a long kick. The kick is up, and it's going to be no good as he pushed it to the left. And the Tigers won't get the score as it'll be 27-7 going at the half with 5 seconds left on the clock.
Still a nice little possession there as they had a couple of chances to had the pass play to Gresham that backed them up, really took them out of a serious threat there. And they did, you know, one thing we have noticed tonight, the Tigers have found him a tight end in Matt Hicks, as Drew was able to find him over the middle as that tight end is able to work free in the middle of that defense there. And Tigers have not thrown to the tight end a whole lot this season. That may be a new wrinkle, something we see more and more each ball game.
Gives them a different threat offensively. McAdoo has made some good decisions, good throws tonight as he's put the ball right on the money. Dante Miller and that ball to Gresham. Guns back to pass. He launches it downfield. It's going to go out of bounds as the intended receiver, number 22, Javon Franklin. As the clock expires, it'll be 27-7. Tigers lead after the first half of play. We'll be back with the halftime stats as well as the halftime interview with Brent Bonner of the school board and Phil Summers, longtime PA voice of the Ardmore Tigers at Noble Stadium, as well as a few games here on KKJ. We'll be back after this on 95.7 on this Thursday night edition of Ardmore Tiger football, 27-7 at the half. We'll be back in just a moment. Polk as the Spartans come out, and back deep for the Spartans will be number 4, who I don't have a roster, number 21, Martinez Johnson, we've heard his name several times tonight. Ryan Keaton will be doing the kicking for the Tigers. He'll tee it up at the 40-yard line as we get ready to get underway here with second half action. On this special Thursday night edition of Ardmore Tiger football is a scheduling change earlier in the week, and the Tigers are going to play, I believe, 3 Thursday night games this season. As Keaton with a nice high deep kick. It's fielded and lost, and they fumbled the football at the 5-10 as they pick it up. Gets that back to the 11-yard line. That's where the Tigers collapse on the ball carrier. That was number 21, Martinez Johnson, who kind of fumbled the kickoff between the two of them back there, and finally they figured out who was going to carry it.
I tell you what, it took a major effort to get back up to the 11, though. A lot of guys wouldn't have got back to the 11 as he had to go back to about the one-inch line to pick that football up and turn around and get what he could, taking it back upfield.
As the Tigers defense will attempt to shut down the Spartan offense, Steve Guns will come up under center after the halftime for the first possession. He's got 2 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Quick out to the left side. Caught at the 15 and up to the 18-yard line is number 1, Eric Reed, with the reception. And just a quick out pattern. Quick out, it'll be a gain of 7 and make it 2nd down and 3.
Marcus Booker on the tackle there. And that's a good play on first down there for Southeast. They have struggled in that area. They've gotten themselves in 2nd and 3rd and long. And that time come out and get a positive play of about 7-yard pickup on first down.
Guns under center. Back to pass. Rolls to his right. Now decides to keep it. He'll come back to the left side. Cross the 20, 25, 30. Up to the 35-38 before the defense finally comes across. That's going to be Dante Moore, Marquise Booker, and DeJuan Miles, along with Justin Day on the tackle, as everybody got there after he broke to the line of scrimmage. But a nice run there. Make it 1st and 10 from the 39 after a gain of about 14 yards.
That was just self-created by Steve Guns as he rolled to his right. Good coverage over there as the Tigers actually closed in on him, corralled him, but then he broke it back left. Just an open field run for that young guy.
Movement on the line of scrimmage. As we get a flag, let's send it down to the Button sideline. David Polk, and what's the call, David?
Oh, the left side of the defensive line kind of jumped there just a little bit. It was a hard count down here on the field, and they just pulled us off.
As they mark it forward 5 yards, they'll mark it at the 44-yard line. Clock continues to run. It'll be 1st and 5. They're not moving the ball marker on the far side of the field, though, so they might ought to do that before they
Oop, he fell asleep.
Now he's moved. Guns on a little misdirection, hands off to the fullback, Andrew Acosta, the lone back in the backfield. The defense read it perfectly. It'll be a loss of a yard and make it 2nd down and 6.
And we talked about Steve Guns, that their best offensive weapon is the quarterback when he just is able to get out there and create things on his own. That time they try to hand it off up the middle and it's stuffed.
Guns, quick out to the left side, hits Reed, 45-50, cross midfield down to the 45 in Ardmore territory, mark it at the 42-yard line on a nice tackle there from Matt Hicks, number 27, I believe.
And you know, as dominant as the stats were at halftime, if Southeast takes this and gets some points, they can cut this lead in half for the Tigers, and it's a brand new ball game.
It'll be 1st and 10. The ball marker showing 2nd down. Guns go around at the 40, 35-30. He's going to get stacked up there as Justin Day comes up and makes the hit along with number 21, Robert Gordon. It'll be good for the 1st down and a gain of 13, and that'll make it 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line with 9:59 left in the third quarter as we're just underway. And the Spartans have moved the football. Keeper, he'll push it up a yard or two. As Guns gets down to the just shy of the 15-yard line. Got to question that call, Billy, if you're on the Spartans offense after you've moved the football very well. It wasn't a short yard situation.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
Trying to throw the defense, I guess. 4-man front for the Tigers. Guns. Long count, checks off at the line. He'll move the receiver in a little bit to the left. Quick out to the right side. It hits the ground, incomplete. Intended receiver number 22, Javon Franklin. As that's that little quick out as the Tiger defense, I think the Spartans have figured out that if they stay behind the line of scrimmage and get the ball first, they got a better shot than if they try to go downfield.
Just trying to spread that defense out with the 4 wide receivers.
Guns moves into the shotgun. He'll keep it, goes up, gets slammed right at the line of scrimmage. And I believe that was DeJuan Miles with a nice hit there. As he still didn't make it across the 15. It'll be 3rd down. Make that 4th down and 8. And the Spartans will go for it.
And, you know, it's with a 27-7 lead, it's kind of crazy to say that. This is a big 4th down try, though, right here.
Gunn stays in the shotgun. 4 receivers out. 2 left, 2 right. Long fade pass down the right side.
Oh.
Almost intercepted. And the receiver came up, made a nice defensive play, Thomas Johnson, as he really had a play on the ball. Maurice Grant kind of held back, and had Johnson cut him off on the inside, it could have been a touchdown.
Well, the second time that Southeast has gone for it on 4th down, the defense has held them both times. Really, if you put them into a deep passing situation, that is not their bread and butter. They are at their best when they give Steve Guns the ability to just scramble around and create things. And when they try to go back and throw a design play, it just hadn't been there for them. And the secondary's played well on the deep pass situations. And
his arm is not as strong as I think they're giving him credit. As he's thrown short a couple of times, enabled the Tiger defense to come up and make the play. I formation as Drew McAdoo will come up under center. They'll hand off to the first man through. That's DeJuan Miles. He crosses the 30. Gets all the way up to the 36-yard line. It'll be a gain of 7. And it'll be 2nd down and a short No, it'll be good for the first down, as they'll, I guess, gain 10.
Well, Ardmore established things on the ground in the first quarter with some good power straight ahead running, and that's what happened right there. They just hand the ball to the fullback and took it up the gut for a first down.
Big man number 95 for the Spartans, slow to get up. 7-man in the box, blitz showing. McAdoo hands off to the first man through. He's not going to get anywhere as he gets stacked up. That's Dwan Miles with nowhere to go. It'll be a loss of a couple. Mark it at the 34-yard line, second down and along the 12.
And I think Drew wanted to take the football back, but Gerald McCoy had a hold of Dwan Miles and the football, and Drew couldn't get it wrestled back out of there, as really Gerald McCoy just stuffed it up. He and 99 Dwan Banks. It's big in the middle. I heard Phil Summers talking about how big are these guys. We don't know, but they are big. Big enough.
As McAdoo will be under center. Left and right. McAdoo loses the football. Falls down on it. It'll be another loss of a yard. 32-yard line. Third down and 13 now for the Tigers.
And boy, you hate to see that happen as they put it on the ground. Drew went down and was able to keep possession for the Tigers, but puts them in a third and long situation. And I look out there, and it's still the cornerback, number 3 for the Spartans, Adam Roberts, is still not in the ball game. He's trying to run it off over here on the sideline, though, Terry, as I know they'd like to get him back out on the field.
7:10 or 6:58 now on the clock. The clock continues to run. I formation. Receivers left and right. McAdoo back to pass. Going deep down the left side.
Got it.
Caught at the 43-yard line or 37-yard line. And who's the receiver? Is that Dante? Dante Miller with a nice reception there. Good coverage downfield from the Spartans, and just a perfectly thrown football from Drew McAdoo.
Well, and that's about the third time we've seen that tonight, as it was thrown perfectly. The only spot where his receiver could go get it, because that was excellent coverage for Javon Franklin, who is still, by the way, down on the turf there, and a diving effort for Dante Miller. Really makes a great adjustment to the football, though.
Let's check in with David Polk in the Button sideline. And David, what was the attitude before that pass, and now after that long third down conversion?
Oh, it's just a matter of who they were going to hit to do it. You know, as I'm coming down the sideline, somebody said, well, there's clutch. I mean, Dante is just a kid that if the ball gets close to him about 9 out of 10 times, he's going to catch it. And it was just a great pass. It was perfectly thrown, and a lot of excitement came from that down here on the field. And we got a kid from Southeast that's a little tangled up down here, so we got a break down here for a while.
Well, let's take a timeout while they work on that player, and we'll be back after this on 95.7 KKJ. City tonight.
I tell you, it's still about 80, 81 degrees out here, I think, and I expected it to cool just a little bit, and it just hasn't done it. So the guys need to take a little more water than they have, and you generally don't talk about doing that in the middle of October or early October, but they're going to have to stay hydrated tonight.
Well, we hope he's all right, as he's being helped off the field and not putting much pressure down on his legs. So.
Well, I have the report from meteorologist Roger Morgan at halftime, his halftime stats. He had 80 degrees, no wind, and the weather clear. So
man, that computer of his tells him everything.
The crampability factor, he's probably got a button for that on his computer too.
It's the humidity.
As we get back to action now, 6:36 left in the third quarter, and the McAdoo will come up under center I formation, receivers left and right. 6 men, 7 men in the box for the Spartans. Now they move an 8th man up. Blitz showing, now they back it off a little bit. McAdoo checks off. He'll keep it, go around the right side as he puts it in. Dwan Miles pulls it out and then goes down the line of scrimmage. It'll be a gain of a couple. They'll mark it at the 31-yard line, and it'll be 2nd down and 8.
And how many years have we seen that same play where you fake the ball to your big fullback, then just follow him through the hole? And Drew just got behind DeJuan Miles, jumped up in there for a couple of yards. Wasn't a big gainer, but a positive pickup on 1st down.
I want to remind everybody tomorrow from 11 to 1 at the Prairie Kitchen, there'll be a Bevo Burger lunch. Come on out and check it out there as Phil Tabor will cook it up for you. That'll be at the Prairie Kitchen. Saturday morning, we'll be back there live with the Mike Kellogg Chevrolet Coaches Show. McAdoo back to pass. Long pass down the left side. Gresham, the receiver, can't quite get to it as he was in the end zone. Had double coverage down there. That was number 24, Thomas Johnson, along with Steve Guns. And it's got to be nice if you're Drew McAdoo to have a 6'8" guy to throw to down there.
Well, it's also got to be nice you have a guy throwing it on the money like Drew. That was a perfect pass there because Jermaine, it was just a little bit out ahead of him, but that was in a great spot there with double coverage on him.
And Jermaine really the only one who would have had a chance to make a play on the football. They'll send Jermaine Gresham this time out to the left side. Dante Miller's on the near side. I formation. McAdoo's up under center. Checks off at the line again as they show blitz. Back to pass. Again, same play. This time he's way overthrown as Jermaine to the same location. This time Jermaine didn't make the trip.
Well, and that's probably a good idea. A new player out there at corner. That was Thomas Johnson there as, again, the injury just a second ago to Franklin forces him to put Adam Roberts back in the game, who's a little gimpy. So Roberts has moved over to strong safety, it appears, and they've rotated another cornerback out, Thomas Johnson. So Coach Lloyd trying to attack over on that side and just can't quite make the connection.
Jermaine Gresham wore out as he'll head to the sideline. Justin Day comes in. Dante Miller go to the left, Day to the right side. Lone back in the backfield. It's going to be Colbert. McAdoo. Strong right side, everybody in tight. McAdoo rolls to his right. He's got pressure. Looks downfield, throws it over the middle, and it's caught by Brandon McCarroll from the tight end position at the 20-yard line on a nice down and across pattern. It'll be good for the 1st down, move the chains, and that was just a beautifully executed play.
And a lot of people scream in any level of football that the tight end is always open, and Tigers really utilizing that. But that took a major effort from McAdoo as he had some heat in his face, had to scramble around, and had to throw a bullet to get the ball in there because he was not all that open. But an excellent pass and a nice reception.
And that was on the move as McAdoo shows that he can throw while he's running to his right. He'll send 2 receivers to the left side, lone back in the backfield. And this time he'll roll. Nope, steps back, looks to throw, hits Matt Hicks. This time down at the 5-yard line. Make that the 10-yard line. As Matt Hicks with a little hopper there brings that ball down, and it'll be a gain of, make it 9. Let's see where they mark the football. They're going to measure. It may be a gain of 10. They're going to measure for the 1st down as he gets a good spot. It'll be just shy of the 10-yard line.
And still a strong rush up the middle, and Drew, being as patient as he could be, took a lot of touch on that football to drop it in there to Hicks. Hicks has done a nice job. I believe that's his 3rd or 4th reception on the night.
Well, as the Spartan defense picked up and they shut down, you know, the offense looked like it struggled a little bit there on the first couple of series. But this last drive has just been phenomenal, and the Tigers have just moved the football right down the field. Not real sure who's knocking. But
yeah, maybe the pizza
let's send it down to the Button sideline while they measure and see if we got the 1st down. David?
That is a 1st down just about by the nose of the football. It was just a 10-yard play there. So we're going to be a 1st and 10 from about the 10.5-yard line down here.
There are times I like your angle, as you are right there across from the chains.
It's a good view.
It's a good view of the football.
And, guys, that was the 3rd reception for Matt Hicks. So out of nowhere comes a new tight end for the Tigers and picks up a big 1st down reception and his 3rd catch of the night.
That's the 4th tight end reception for the night, too. They've really used him tonight.
As McAdoo comes under center, I formation this time. Strong right side. 2 receivers out to the far left. McAdoo hands off to the 2nd man through. That's going to be Jimmy Colbert. He'll cross the 10-yard line, falls forward down to the 9, it'll be a gain of a yard, maybe 2. And it'll make it second down and a long 9 yards. You know, the first down marker is on the half-yard line.
Well, that time the Southeast linebacker made a good read, got up there and made the tackle. Thomas Acosta just cut his legs, Colbert's legs out from under him there as he picked up a yard. A well-earned, well-deserved 1 yard carry as he took quite a hit there right in the kneecap area.
Dante Miller out to the far left, almost over to the Ardmore sideline. Jermaine Gresham in the slot. They'll move Hicks to the right side. McAdoo takes the snap, hands off to Colbert. Over the left side, DeJuan Miles lost his footing as they fake D'Angelo Stepini comes in and trips up Miles, which doesn't open up the hole then for Colbert.
Well, too, Terry, the hole was blocked by big old Gerald McCoy down there. He just jammed his blocker back in the backfield there, and Colbert had to hurdle his own blocker to try to pick up anything there.
No gain. They'll mark it 3rd down and 9. As the Tigers can get a first down. They get that close, they might as well just go on and take it in the end zone. As the first down marker on the half-yard line, McAdoo rolls to his left. He's got pressure, all kinds of pressure coming from behind him, and they caught him. That's going to be number 11, Emmanuel Rodriguez, makes the sack. It'll be a loss of 3, and they'll mark him all the way back to the, let's make it the 14-yard line, and that'll make it the 11-yard line, 4th down and 10.
And over there, besides Rodriguez, also Gerald McCoy, the guy we're talking about stuffing it up in the middle. Good wheels for him as he walks back so slowly, but he's got good speed as he was in pursuit there too. Drew just running for his life.
Tigers going to try to kick a field goal again. As McAdoo on the 17-yard line, making a 27-yard attempt. Now we got movement on the line. That'll back up the Tigers. And they'll have to do it again. So that's going to make it a little bit longer field goal attempt.
From the left hash, if there were one.
Well, now they're the ball on the 16-yard line. McAdoo or Keaton will set up about the 22-yard line, so it'll be a 32-yard kick. And like you said, Billy, on the left hash mark. So he'll have to push it to the right side. Snap is good. The kick is up.
He got
and
it.
it is good. So count 3 for Ryan Keaton with a 32-yard field goal. What a great kick there, and that'll make it 30-7. The Tigers lead with 2:03 left in the 3rd quarter. We're back after this on 95.7 KKAJ. to 7's the score. CB Spiegel, Oklahoma City is where we're at as the Tigers take a commanding lead over the Southeast Spartans, and now we have a fair catch on the kickoff as the Spartans will down it at the 26-yard line. Number 23, Cody Hargis catches the ball. That short or long onside kick didn't work that time.
They've been using it all night. They've almost recovered a couple of footballs because of that, though. That was a nice drive, though. Tigers driving from their own 25 down to about, they got as far as the 11-yard line, then got backed up, but did get a nice 32-yard field goal from Ryan Keaton to pad the lead. 30-7 now, the lead for the Tigers.
Steve Gunn's back in the shotgun for the Spartans. 3 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. He's back to pass. Decides to scramble. Pulls it down, gets wrapped up in the backfield. Number 68, I believe that's going to be Kevin Andrews.
It was Kevin, and I was watching him on that play. He did a great job fighting off the blocker, just stayed at home and saw that quarterback coming his way, reached out and really made a solo tackle, which is a tough guy to, Steve Guns is a tough guy to get down by yourself. And he's still down. Now he's up.
And the Spartans can't afford that. As they'll mark the ball at the 23-yard line. And it'll be second down and a long make it 12 yards after the loss of 2.
And they're going to have to hurry if they're going to get this play off here. There's a lot of confusion on the Spartan sideline.
As they put in a backup quarterback, number 23, Cody Hargis. Back to pass, throws over the right side, hits the receiver, and he just gets smashed. Maurice Grant with a huge tackle over on the far side, and they'll mark it. It was caught at the 30-yard line, and I guarantee he knocked him back to the 28, maybe the 27-yard line, but they'll mark it at the 28. No huddle, shotgun formation, 3rd down and 7. Now Guns back in the formation. Takes the snap from the gun, looks to throw over the middle, and it's incomplete. The intended receiver, number 4, who we don't have on our roster, also number 1 in the area, Eric Reed, but there is laundry on the field. Let's send it down to David Polk for a call on what's the call, David?
Well, it came from the wingman. I can't see what the white hat's in. Ineligible downfield is what they're calling on the offense.
There's a lot of confusion out on the left side. The 2 wideouts trading places there several times.
I think they may have had the end covered up down here. I'm sorry.
Well, now that we've settled that, Billy.
Sorry, Billy.
That's okay.
I think you're right, though. They were confused. They were trying to get the play off.
Well, and Guns was pretty patient there as he had to wait on them before he could snap the ball.
Now he's still on the sideline.
Now the officials are confused.
Now the officials are...
we're confused. They're confused.
You know,
Spartans are confused.
Only 29 seconds. I say let it run out. Figured out at the quarter. As Steve Gunn standing on the sideline and trying to figure out what's going on with the referee.
I'll tell you after this play.
At the now, number 4 comes across to the far side. In at quarterback's number 24. That's going to be Thomas Johnson. Oh, now they're punting. Now they can't figure it. 50 down to the 45. Justin Day picks it up. Whoa, that was a close play. As Justin Day with a dangerous reception there. He caught it on the move between 2 defenders. He gets it to midfield. That's where he'll be brought down. And that's where the Tigers will take over 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line. Send it down to David Polk on the Button sideline and his thoughts on what happened there.
Well, there was a little extracurricular activity at the bottom of the pile there that Justin was taking a little offense to, and from where I was sitting, I could see where he would. What was going on earlier over there is on that last play, number 4 stepped out 1 yard onto the sideline. It was a trick play they were trying to pull in, and the official on this side of the field caught it and made him move within 15 yards of the snap before they'd snap it.
Well, there we go. Coach didn't like that as I saw him kind of eyeing the referee, but.
Well, the coach on the other side was just standing there talking to him like he really wasn't even on the field, and Coach caught it and mentioned it to him, so kept him from probably pulling a trick play there.
High formation. McAdoo will come under center for the Tigers. Receivers left and right. 20 seconds left on the clock. The handoff to the second man through. That's Jimmy Colbert. He falls forward. Nice little gain there of 5. It'll be 2nd down and 5 as they mark it at the 45-yard line.
That's probably going to do it for the 3rd quarter.
As the clock continues to run, you are correct, Mr. Wallace. We'll take a timeout. 30-7 is the score. The Tigers on top. We're back after this on 95.7 KKHA. Driving here at the start of the 4th quarter. And only the field goal, the 32-yard field goal from Ryan Keaton. And nice kick there. McAdoo rolls to his left side. Looking to throw downfield. He's got Gresham. Almost caught at the 15-yard line. It kind of went into his left hand, then his right hand, then back to his left hand, then it fell incomplete. McAdoo split the defenders. What a great pass that was.
I'm telling you, he is on the money.
And Jermaine Gresham just couldn't quite bring it down.
Well, he was having to stretch, and that's a pretty good stretch for Jermaine, and then tried to juggle it the best he could. Almost came down with it, almost a circus catch.
Incomplete pass. It'll be second down and make that 3rd down and 5. The summary brought to you by Crystal Clear Communications, 808 12th Street Northwest in Ardmore. Your Verizon Wireless authorized agent. Crystal Clear Communications. McAdoo takes the snap. Back to pass. Quick drop. Now he'll roll to his right side. Getting under pressure. Pulls it down. Can't get away from big number 91, Robert Stone, as he gets a nice ankle tackle there. It'll be a loss of 7 yards. Mark it at the 48-yard line back in Ardmore territory. There is a Spartan down.
It's DeJuan Banks. He has struggled all night. He has just must have come into the ball game injured. You know, one thing about these big guys for Southeast, they can run. I mean, they're big and they can run. They've got good speed for big fellas.
He's up and moving off on his own accord, and he kind of shrugged off the coach. Says, "Why are you taking me out? I'm not really hurt." But they stopped the clock because of you. So you have to come off for at least one play. Could be cramping. Back to punt will be Drew McAdoo. He'll stand on his own 35-yard line after the loss. 11:27 left in the ball game. Back deep will be Steve Guns. McAdoo gets the kick away. This time it's a good kick. It's a high squibber that goes out of bounds over at the 21-yard line almost. Almost goes out of bounds. The Tigers will down it there. And that's where the Spartans will take over, 1st and 10.
Terry, a couple things I've noticed as Roger Morgan is kind enough to provide us with 3rd quarter stats. Tigers now 364 yards of offense after 3 quarters. And also give Ryan Keaton an extra couple of yards. They've officially credited him with a 34-yard field goal. That's what will be in the Ardmore because David Seeley is helping Roger. So we don't want to short Ryan Keaton anything. So we're going to raise that up to a 34-yard field goal for Ryan Keaton there in that 3rd quarter.
And it was a pretty kick as he had plenty of leg and plenty of distance and went right through the uprights. As he missed one earlier, pushed it to the left side. So you weak. Hits number 1, Eric Reed, over to the right side. Just a little quick pass pattern. And Reed doesn't even move off the line of scrimmage. He catches the pass right off the snap. Then moves forward. The defense closed quickly. It'll be a loss of a yard. That'll make it 2nd down and 11. Steve Guns, this time he'll throw downfield. He's got a man streaking down the left side, number 23, the intended receiver, Cody Hargis. So he got all the way down to the 40-yard line, incomplete as it was thrown over his head and out of bounds. It'll make it 3rd down.
And Terry, we need to take a second to wish the Ardmore Lady Tigers softball team good luck tomorrow at the state tournament at Norman. Things were still a little bit up in the air as far as game time, so check your daily Ardmore out. I'm sure they had that stuff in there. We'll have it in the morning, but good luck to those gals.
We'll try to keep you updated on KKJ throughout the day as we can get scores. As Steve Guns rolls to his left and runs out of bounds, it'll be a loss of another couple as the Ardmore defense now just penetrating on every down.
And I might clarify that they were not able to play today. There were no games played today because of the rainy situation. The weather looks good up here now, so hopefully they'll be able to play tomorrow. And so as we left town, they still were unsure exactly of how they were going to schedule things. So check your Ardmore in the morning, listen to KKJ, and you guys will keep them informed, I'm sure.
We'll figure it out as best we can. Want to remind everybody tomorrow, 11 o'clock, 11 to 1 at the Prairie Kitchen. We'll be on location live. As they punt the ball away, Justin Day catches it at the 37, runs backwards to the 35, and the Spartan defense collapses on him. That's number 2, Edward Rucker, with the tackle. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, but there is a flag on the play. Let's send it down to David Polk on the Button sideline and find out what the call is.
Well, they're pointing towards the Ardmore sideline, so I suspect maybe we're going to have a block in the back. So we're going to back them up a little bit, and we'll just have about 60 to go instead of 50.
As you are correct, that'll move the ball back into Ardmore territory. As the punt, not a great punt, but a good one. It did move the football as they punted from the 15-yard line and back that actually from the 5 all the way out to the 50 or the 45-yard line. So.
And boy, I continue to say one thing you notice is the team speed for Southeast. They can close on the football. They swarm to the football pretty well.
Defensively, and I'm impressed with the Ardmore offense tonight as they have really executed well. Drew McAdoo has done a great job, made some good decisions, thrown the ball on the money when he does decide to pass. The running game has been there early on. It's kind of closed down here in the second and third quarters, but now we're back to the I formation. DeJuan Miles at the fullback. Jimmy Colbert dots the I. Or no, Jermaine Stubblefield. He'll take the call at the 45 and cross up to the 47 before he gets pushed back. Make it the 46-yard lines where they'll spot it. It'll be second down and about 7 after a gain of 3.
Tigers have been in that I formation most of the night. Sometimes an offset I, or they take that fullback and move him from one side to the other. That time just straight ahead, straight I formation, power game up the middle.
A lot of that is Drew McAdoo sees something in the defense, moves that fullback into position, and sometimes they set it that way. Left and right receivers split wide out. It'll be Marquise Booker, Jermaine Stubblefield, option to the right side. Stubblefield on the pitch, cuts the corner and gets up a gain of a couple. Mark it at the 48-yard line. It'll be a gain of 2, and that'll make it third down and about 5.
It's a little option pitch out there to Stubblefield. Really a quick young man. You got 2 nice running backs for the actually a lot more than 2, but 2 nice tailbacks, and Stubblefield and also Jimmy Colbert, who started. Kind of a tandem that you can go with and just trade out from time to time, get a little different look out there.
Well executed option as McAdoo held the ball all the way to the end and then pitched out to Stubblefield for another couple of yards. Covered well by the defense. As this time they'll have 2 receivers to the near side. It'll be Dante Miller out, Jermaine Gresham in the slot. DeJuan Miles and Stubblefield up the middle. On the second man through, McAdoo hands it off. It'll be a gain of another couple of yards. That'll make it fourth down and 2 as he hits midfield before he's brought down. And that'll bring on the punting unit for the Tigers.
That was Gerald McCoy reached out with one hand. He was on the ground, just reached out. Got a little piece of Stubblefield, knocked him off balance as he went through the hole.
Steve Guns goes back deep for the Tigers. They're going to watch for the fake punt. So he'll stand back on his own 25-yard line. McAdoo back to punt for the Tigers. Gets the snap, gets the ball away. Nice high booming kick. Hits at the 4-yard line, 3-2 and into the end zone. That time.
That was Ryan Keaton.
Ryan Keaton, not McAdoo. I saw the 1, not the 4. And then when he turned, I was just, man, what a huge kick that was. And they'll mark it down. Let's send it down to David Polk as he chimed in with Ryan Keaton there. Appreciate that help.
That was a great kick. Nice tight spiral, and the kid was lined up 25 yards from the line of scrimmage. That went at least 50 because it was a great kick into back in the end zone. It almost dropped at about the 1, but it didn't.
As you're familiar with kickers there, David Polk, and
I'm kind of fond of him.
Ryan Keaton has done a great job this year for the Tigers so far.
I tell you, Ryan Keaton has spent a lot of time just waiting to get the kick, and he's worked really hard. And he's always done what he needed to do, and he's getting a great chance to kick, and he's taking a good advantage of it. I'm really proud for him. He's having a great time.
Laundry on the field, motion off the or procedure penalty on the Spartans. That'll back them up 5. They'll mark it there. It'll be first and 10 or first and 15 from the 15-yard line as Steve Guns will move into the shotgun. He's flanked to his left by Edward Rucker. Back to pass, he rolls left. And now he's going to come back to the right, decides to keep it, breaks 1 tackle, gets back to the line of scrimmage before he's brought down. It'll be a loss of a yard, but a penalty on the play is they're going to get us, I think, for a face mask, Billy.
Well, he's brought down by Lionel Jimenez there as he came up, made a nice tackle on Guns, just went straight for the knees.
And it was a face mask, so that'll move the.
Didn't see that.
Move the ball.
I know it wasn't Lionel because he had him at the kneecap. It wasn't a helmet down in that vicinity.
We missed that.
No, there was another guy there. He must have been the one to reach out and get him. Wasn't Lionel.
It was an accident. It was an accident.
We'll have to watch the playback on Tuesday at 7 and Wednesday at 7 as Bill Allen up here filming the ball game, and that playback on Ardmore's channel 17, which is the school channel, is now we have a procedure penalty, so that'll back them up 5 again. The Spartans can't get anything going offensively, even after the Tigers kind of give them a break.
Yeah, Bill's got the open air filming deck tonight. He was kind of worried he might get rained on. I think I'd trade with him.
I think I would too.
It's kind of stuffy here in the box. Wouldn't mind being outside.
7:31 left in the ball game. 30-7 our score. I'm Terry Long with Billy Wallace and David Polk. It's been a great evening of football on a Thursday night special edition of Ardmore Tiger football. Next week, homecoming. As Steve Guns throws over to the right side, hits number 23 on a Cody Hargis. He hits him down around the knees, but he does make the reception, brings it in. It'll be a gain of 6 yards maybe. They'll mark it at the 23-yard line. But now we have another flag on the play on the far side. David Polk, what's going on?
Well, they jumped a little. This wide receiver out on this left side of the field was moving at the snap, and they threw a procedure instead of a dead ball.
Threw the procedure call, so that'll back them up 5 from the line, and we'll replay that down again.
You know, I will say I've been to a lot of ball games at this stadium. This is the biggest home crowd I have ever seen. Although the year that I believe it was Southeast beat Ardmore and made it into the playoffs, there was a pretty good crowd. But this is right there with it. It's nice to see some folks out here.
And you got to credit a lot of that to the Southeast Spartans, as they've had a fairly good season early on. They're coming in here 4-1. So that, I think, wins create excitement around the home crowd. I want to remind everybody, tomorrow, 11-1, the Prairie Kitchen. It's Bevo Burger Lunch, courtesy of Phil Tabor and the fine folks at Prairie Kitchen. 95.7 will be on location, broadcasting live as Steve Guns brings it down, rolls to his left, gets outside, crosses the 25 up to the 30 almost. Or make that the 25. As the numbers get lighter and lighter.
On the yard markers.
The yard markers. He'll regain all of the yardage lost during the penalty. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, maybe 9. It'll be second down and about 6. As they mark the ball at the 24-yard line. Steve Guns will stay in the shotgun. Clock continues to run. Pass out to the far side, right. It'll be caught behind the line of scrimmage, and the defense closes quickly. Brian Booker, Robert Gordon, Dante Moore, and Matt Hicks.
Just name who wasn't in on the tackle. That'd be easier, wouldn't it?
Cody Hargis with the reception. I'll give you that name. But, yeah, the Tiger defense just swarmed quickly off that reception. And he was out there by himself when he caught the ball and still didn't make it back to the line of scrimmage. Loss of a couple, 3rd down and 11. Guns looks to pass, got time. Now he pulls it down and decides to run, but that defensive line just collapses on him.
Matt
Again,
Hicks.
Dante Moore.
Matt Hicks in on that one also. And Brian Booker.
DeJuan Miles, Brian Booker, all of them getting in on the action. Number 35, Michael Dotson. Great job this evening by the line of scrimmage, defense and offense. As the offensive line, in my opinion, has controlled the ball game and enabled the Tigers to do what they really wanted to do, which is have a little balance. They've run the football. They've passed well. The block's coming. They get the kick away. It's a line drive. Justin Day catches it, and he'll be brought down as soon as he catches it. Martinez Johnson with the tackle, as Justin Day with a dangerous catch under pressure, but he does bring it in. They'll mark it at just shy of midfield in Ardmore territory, and it'll be 1st and 10 Tigers.
That's quite an effort, though, for Justin, because he's got 2 Spartans right in his face, Martinez Johnson and also Robert Stone. in full flight, headed right at him. That was a line drive kick, not the easiest thing to field. And if he doesn't catch that, it's going to bounce downfield for another 15, 20 yards. So he just reached up and got it. Knew he was going to take a pounding, didn't care. Just went and caught the ball and got what he could.
Thanks to some of our sponsors for tonight's broadcast: Toyota of Ardmore, Citizens Bank and Trust of Ardmore, Vernon's Plumbing, Heat and Air, and the Daily Ardmore, to name a few. As Lionel Jimenez comes under center for the Tigers. I formation. They pitch to Stubblefield. He goes over the right side. He'll cross the line of scrimmage and gain a couple before he's brought down in gang tackled. As the defensive line swarmed over to him, it'll be a gain of 2, 2nd down and 8.
Well, Terry, with 5 minutes left in the ball game, Tigers would just like to take this ball, keep it on the ground, take the clock with them, maybe get some more points. They really don't even have to do that, but just finish this ball game out. It's been a great effort all night from start to finish for the Tigers. One of their better efforts, 4 quarter games that we've seen this season.
This is a good confidence builder after the loss to Lawton MacArthur last week, 21-0. Lionel Jimenez hands off, decides to Stubblefield bumps outside, puts the ball on the turf, and the Tigers are sending it down to David Polk and see who sorted out that mess down on the sideline.
Well, he knocked it out of bounds over here. It's a good job by number 10. He got out and saw he couldn't recover it, so he just pushed it out of bounds, so Ardmore retained possession.
Brandon McCarroll with a nice job there.
And I don't know how he got that ball, because I saw a bunch of big blue jerseys over there.
And the ball was loose, and it continued to flop around. Now that big number 97 inside, Gerald McCoy, is hobbling as he's had a heck of a game. Justin Day comes way over here to the near side. Lionel Jimenez under center, I formation. And now we got movement on the line. That's going to be, I don't want to tell on him, but Brandon McCarroll jumped.
Well, don't tell on him then.
Okay, well, they'll see it on the playback. But that'll back him up 5, make it 3rd down and a long 8 yards now.
You know, we're talking about the yard markers. One of the first years I called a ball game up here was when Milton Cooper was coaching, and one of his linebackers, who will remain nameless, intercepted a pass, ran it down, thought he was in the end zone, laid the ball down on the 5-yard line and strutted around high-fiving everybody. And Milton was not real pleased with the situation.
I'm sure he wasn't. Dante Miller comes over here to the near side this time.
It's hard to tell where you're at out there on that field.
I formation. Hand off to Stubblefield over the right side. It'll be a gain of a couple of yards. They'll mark him down at the 46-yard line in Spartan territory. That'll make it 4th down and a long 6, so the Tigers punting unit will come on. As they swap out, Ryan Keaton will be back to punt for the Tigers. He'll stand on his own 40-yard line. Back deep for the Spartans, number 24, Thomas Johnson. We also want to thank Shelter Insurance agent Billy Wallace, First National Bank and Trust Company of Ardmore, Carter County Dodge, Button Starter and Alternator Repair, also to name a few more sponsors for tonight's broadcast. This is a line drive kick is fielded like a ground ball by Thomas Johnson as he takes it right at the 20-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10 southeast. Crystal Clear Communications, Pharmacy Plus in Medill, the Chesapeake Energy Corporation, Bill Parker, New York Life, Southern Oklahoma Technology Center, Brad Carson for Senate, and Craddock Funeral Home. We appreciate all of those sponsors, as without them, the broadcast would not be possible. 30-7 score. The Tigers came out, took the opening kickoff, 72 yards for a touchdown, set the tone of the ball game. As now the Spartans trying to play catch up. Steve Gunn's under pressure. He'll get sacked. As right now the offensive line is just wore out for the Spartans, really. I think the Tigers defense is just having their way.
Well, a much different look, as they have got a sizable offensive line, but Tigers not as big as maybe previous years, but boy, they got a lot of heart and a lot of quickness, and they play tough. And we talked about Dante Moore wearing number 37. He's had a great ball game tonight. We haven't talked about him enough.
Gunn's back to pass from the shotgun, throws over to the right side, and it's caught right on the ground. It may be a trap, but they're going to give him the reception. It'll be at the 16-yard line. That's Thomas Johnson with the catch. And a gain of 4.
Terry, we got some new players in there too. I see Bo Talley out there on the field. Also Gerard Fields. We'll try to pick up some of these other numbers as some of these young guys are getting in the ball game.
Johnny Robertson. Guns, a long pass down the left side. Intended receiver Eric Reed. It'll be out of his reach and over his head as he tried to throw it almost to midfield. With 3:07 left in the ball game, the Spartans will replace a couple of players as well. As the Tigers pretty much secondary is still in. Ellis Knight along with Maurice Grant and Brian Booker. A couple across the line have been replaced.
Jeremy Bonner in the ball game. I don't know if you called his name.
Back deep for the Tigers. Now we have a timeout with 3:07 left in the ball game. We'll take one as well. We're back after this on 95.7 KKJ. Kickoff quick. Oh, almost got the block. Man, Justin, I was going to say, he just needs to let that thing.
He's brave, though, isn't he?
Yeah, he gets right up in there. He don't have a problem catching. Welcome back to Spiegel Stadium as Justin Day steps in and almost takes another hit off a punt as they get it all the way down to midfield. And the Tigers' second unit will come on and try to move the football, run the clock out.
Wow. A whole slew of Tiger Cubs out there on the field now.
We'll try to.
We'll pick them up as they make a play, possibly.
Give them credit when we can, and I want to remind everybody to stay tune in to Ardmore's Channel 17 Tuesday and Wednesday night, 7 o'clock for the playback of tonight's broadcast. The video playback. If you weren't able to make the trip, the Ardmore Tiger offense had a bunch of highlight plays tonight.
Yes, they did. Sure did.
They'll be able to take this and run with it. Lionel Jimenez in at quarterback, high formation, in tight, Stubblefield over the right side. It'll be a flag on the play as Lionel's snap count throws off the line of scrimmage. That'll back him up 5 yards. Send it down to the Button sideline, and David Polk, his thoughts on tonight's ball game so far.
I tell you, it's been a great night for Ardmore Tiger football. They kind of needed this for just some healing up purposes after last week, and the kids are having a great time. We're getting a lot of experience for some of these young guys, and we really needed this. It'll be fun to watch on Tuesday and Wednesday.
As, you're absolutely, the one thing that you're absolutely right, David, is that experience for these younger guys. You like to get up and be able to put some game time under their belts. As Lionel hands off to Jermaine Stubblefield, he'll get wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage and a loss of a yard, and they'll mark it at the 44-yard or make it the 45-yard line, and it'll be 2nd down and 15. Give some credit there, Billy.
I was just looking. There's so many new guys, it's hard to pick them all up. Tyler Burnham just came on. Looks like wide receiver. Should be a throwing situation, 2nd and long. I don't know if you do at this point in the ball game, but normally would be 2nd and long.
I formation, only one lone receiver out to the right side, a strong right side. They'll hand off to Stubblefield. He'll keep the ball and run it up. It'll be a gain of a yard, if that, maybe a half yard. It'll be 3rd down and 15. Number 34, Chance Arnicher in for the Tigers. The big man, number 55, at tight end, Tyler Parrish. Make that defensive tackle or offensive tackle. Now we got movement on the field again.
And that happens sometimes with young guys.
Andy Mendoza in for the Tigers, along with number 5, Austin Williams. And we're going to try to say as many names as we possibly can. We may miss a few. I hope not.
Great for morale. David already said it, but these guys get a chance to play some. Makes you practice a little bit harder next week when you get a little game time.
And when you ride an hour and a half to get to the ball game, it's always good to get in and be able to play. And like David said, this is how the Tigers reload year after year after year, is getting that experience under their belts for these younger players. Stubblefield over left side, hits the 40, 45, midfield, 45, 40, cuts back to the inside. He's gone. 30, 25, 20, 15, 5, 10, touchdown.
I have liked the look of him all year. I knew he was going to bust one, and he did a lot of that on his own as he got outside, had 3 defenders out in front of him, just juked around in between them and takes it the distance.
That's going to put a little sting on the score there. That'll make it 36-7 with 1:10 left in the ball game. We've got a Spartan down here back deep at the 40-yard line.
Jermaine Stubblefield, name you're going to hear for a long, long time. Just a sophomore.
Couple more years and a good-looking tailback for the Tigers.
I tell you, that was great. That was a great look from down here on the field, guys. He just kind of came towards you guys over there on the near side at the box, and as he got close to the sidelines, it was just like a 90-degree angle, and here we go to the races. It's going to be exciting football for a couple of years, as you say, with this kid. Got a new kicker in.
We do, number 4. That's going to be.
Go ahead.
This is an exchange student.
Guilherme Vieira.
It's number 4.
I'm going to wait for the PA announcer to try that one.
We're just going to call him 4.
I'm going to say Guilherme Vieira.
Guilherme Vieira, yeah, we'll call him that. It's sad when the home broadcast team can't pronounce his name. The PA announcer's over here deciding I'm not even going to try it. As we've got a Spartan down on the field, and they continue to work on him. We'll take a timeout. We're back right after this on 95.7 KKJ. 'Wallace and David Polk, as the injured Spartan Gerard Geretta, number 27, he gets up, walks off on his own power. And Guilherme Vieira in to do the kicking for the Tigers as an exchange student, gets his chance to kick the extra point after the Jermaine Stubblefield 60-yard run or 63-yard run. Makes the score 36-7, and now the kick is up and good. Make it 37-7. The Tigers on top. What a great kick that was.
Well, and the holder, I believe, was Wood Turner there, so credit him as he got that snap, got a chance to get out there and take a snap and set it for his kicker.
37-7, the Tigers on top. We'll come back with the kickoff after this on 95.7 KKJ. 37-7, 1:10 left in the ball game as Gil, as they call him on the team, kicks off. He kicks it down to the 35 or 25. He crossed the 30 up to the 40-yard line before he's brought down. Number 5 with the reception, D'Angelo Stupany. And they'll mark it at the just shy of the 40-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 as Guilherme Vieira. That's what we're going to call it.
It's been a convincing win tonight for the Tigers. I really didn't expect it to be this lopsided, actually. I'm very impressed with Tigers' effort. And a tip to the grandparents, I saw one of the local news stations out here filming. If you want to flip it over and watch the sports here in about 15 minutes, you might catch a glimpse of some of this action.
And an impressive defensive performance by the Tigers is the only slip-up was when Robert Gordon lost his footing, and that enabled the Spartans to score the touchdown. Otherwise, the Tiger defense is just completely shut down the offensive efforts of the Spartans. They were able to put 55 points up on Capitol Hill last week. Homecoming next week at Noble Stadium, though, as the John Marshall Bears come to town.
Yeah, and I have not played them in a while. In fact, I'm sure we've played them in football. It's been a while. Now, I certainly remember their basketball team from a couple of years ago, the state finals.
Last year as well. As Guns tries to keep it and make something happen, he can't get anywhere. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. Number 23 with the tackle, Bo Talley, with a nice lone tackle. With 42 seconds left on the clock as the ball game comes to an end. I want to remind everybody, Saturday morning at 8:30 right here on 95.7. I'll have all the area coaches live at the Prairie Kitchen. We'll have some breakfast, talk about tonight and tomorrow night's matchups as well as next week's games. That'll be live, the Mike Kellick Chevrolet Coaches Show, live from the Prairie Kitchen Saturday morning at 8:30. A little pass out here to the right side is caught. It'll be a gain of 3. That's Eric Reed.
You keep talking about the Bevo burgers. You know, that's a fun thing to go to. I've been out there the last few years. You see some of the same people from the city stop by and kind of making an event on their way to Dallas.
As the clock expires, 37-7 is going to be the final score. The Tigers with the victory. But a very impressive performance from the Ardmore offense, I felt. We're going to take a timeout. We'll try to talk to Coach Lloyd. We're going to wrap things up rather quickly tonight as it's a Thursday night school night. A lot of people heading back. We'll be back after this on 95.7 KKJ. Go ahead and send it down to the Button sideline with David Polk and Coach Lloyd.
Coach, we get you quick. They like to get us out of the press box here. It was a great night tonight for Ardmore football.
It was. The kids came out and they played awfully well on both sides of the ball. Very impressive drive. You know, the first time we got the football, and our kids came out and executed, did a great job. You know, first half especially. So, you know, I'm proud of them. I thought we played really well on the offensive side, and we played another solid game on the defensive side.
Coach, one of the things that I saw was that, as you saw through the game, is it looked like there was a little more confidence there with Drew and in the run of the offense. There was some plays to the left, some plays some right, some great passes on the run tonight, and it was good to see a smile on his face, and it showed on the scoreboard tonight.
Well, it did, and you know, he plays with a lot of confidence. He's a great player, and you know, he's our leader and did a good job. But you know, the guys up front did a good job protecting him. We had some big catches, and it was an overall team effort. But I thought Drew played outstanding, but we also had some guys on defense played outstanding.
No doubt, Coach. It looks like the team's huddling up. I just wanted to get you early. Thanks for a great night, Coach. We'll see you next week. That's it down here, guys. I'll send it back up to you. They had a great time. It was great fun and great healing up for the guys to get ready for John Marshall next week.
Appreciate that. David Polk of the Button sideline, and he's absolutely right. Just a great confidence builder for the Tigers. We're going to take one quick timeout. We'll be right back with the end-of-game stats right after this on 95.7 KKJ.
String is going to come to a close for the Tigers, and that there's not a trophy, but the trophy's going home with Ada tonight, and they certainly
I'm
have
surprised in all the years that they've had this contest that they wouldn't have come up with a trophy by now. It's interesting, but they hand it off to West. He goes over the right guard, and he'll gain maybe a yard, if that. Maybe a half yard. It'll be second down and still 10.
Tigers will travel to Durant next week. Of course, Durant with a big win tonight as they got an offense working this year. I think 38-0 over Idabel. David Polk reported that score earlier, and Ardmore will travel over there, be on the road
I think it ended up
next
to be
week.
45-0.
Wow.
Wow. We'll try to get all those scores for you at the end of the game in the post-game show as Johnson will get up under center. Hands it off to Newport over the left side. He breaks through the line, gets across, gains 5, and breaks it up to the 30-yard line where he's wrapped up there and gets a great spot as he falls forward to the 32-yard line.
Ellis Knight with the tackle for the Tigers.
Along with Marcus Booker.
Hey, I got a clarification on that ineligible downfield. Jermaine stepped up from the slot onto the line, and he was covered up, and he ran a route.
All right. Now we know. We'll watch that on the playback. Again, that's on Tuesday night as they hand it off to Chris West. He goes over the right side, gains about 6. They'll mark it at the 38-yard line. It'll make it 3rd down and about 5.
Ada just going to grind things out, try to close this win out, take it home with them. Of course, Ada, a 4A powerhouse, this team, rated number 2 coming into this ball game. And where's my
Tigers ranked number 6?
Where's my info? Number 1 is Clinton. Clinton finished 13-1 last year. 807-5, but as we talked about in that starting lineup situation, a lot of seniors out on the field there tonight for Ada.
Johnson hands up to Newport. He gets stacked up by the entire defensive line. It'll be no gain. And it'll make it 3rd down and 5. Maybe a gain of a half a yard. They'll mark it at the 38.5-yard line. I want to invite everybody to tune in tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock as the Mike Hellick Chevrolet Coaches Show will fire up for the first time this season. Live from the Prairie Kitchen as myself and the area coaches will get together and we'll try to talk about what went right and what went wrong tonight. We'll do that all tomorrow morning.
Big tackle there, Justin Fields, for a loss on the ball carrier, and that's going to bring up a 4th down situation.
4th down, the Tigers will come over and discuss it. Timeout, Ardmore will take one as well. We're back after this on 95.7 KKJ. Under the Button sideline with David. And David, what's going on down there right now?
I'm going to tell you what, it's gotten a little quiet down here. The guys are kind of sort of getting in the thought process that, you know, it may be slipping away from them, but they'll be ready next week.
The thing you have to realize, we said it earlier, not a district game. You know, it's you'd like to win them every year. It's been nice for the Tigers, nice little run. It's going to go home with Ada tonight, but you still got a lot of season left. Another non-district game, of course, next week against Durant, and so you want to close this one out as sharply as you can and continue to make improvement. A young squad, still a talented squad. We'll have to check on the injuries to Drew McAdoo, see what the status of that is through the week. But a lot of season left to play for the Tigers.
Yeah, one thing you don't want to do is you can't get real frustrated. I mean, you got to move on from here and take this loss and then go on as the punt gets away, and it'll take an Ada bounce and bounce down to the 20-yard line, and that's where the Tigers will take over 1st and 10. But the coaches, I'm sure, will, with the Labor Day weekend in front of them, gives a little bit of rest there for the Tigers. As you said, they'll travel to Durant next week.
That a 7:30 kickoff, I believe.
7:30 kickoff, and we'll do it all over again.
From Southeastern State University. A nice field, a nice setup for us. We'll have one of our nicest setups. Our booth is, if it's the same one,
should be.
Very comfortable and nice.
I'm
and
taking my lead from you now.
They always treat us very well over there.
After I set up this week, obviously I'm going to leave the technical issues to you. From now on is the Jimenez again at quarterback. Now we have a flag on the play, and you have to be impressed. I believe this will be the first procedure penalty against the Tigers. for the night.
As
and
impressed.
Usually,
Yeah.
I mean, usually
In a
first
first game.
jitters.
You're right.
You really have, especially the first half. The Tigers really have not been penalized a lot on the offensive line or procedure or holding penalties or anything like that. And you'd think as big as the Cougars are and as out, the Cougars, man for man, probably outweigh the Tigers by about 40 to 50 pounds across the line of scrimmage. And I think the defensive line and the offensive line have done a great job.
Hole number 67 weighs more than 3 of our linemen together.
There you go. So, but I think I have to give kudos to the defensive and offensive line, as I think they've done a great job. Jimenez rolls to his left, throws out there on a timing play. It's going to be Maurice Grant, the intended receiver, but is thrown behind him. Unable to bring it in. We've got some other area scores now. Enid over Choctaw, 14-6. That's the final. Chandler over Tuttle, 7-0. Weatherford losing to Lawton Mack, 20-0. Is the Vernon beating Altus, 22-15. I'm not sure if these are finals or not. Durant over Idabel, 45-7, and Broken Bow over Noble, 32-3. So lots of area scores from Mr. Strawn. Appreciate that, as he's done a good job of keeping us informed of what's going on. Jimenez back to throw. He hits Gresham on the left side at the 25, 30, and now he'll get pushed out of bounds at about the 34-yard line. And it'll be good for a first down, and that'll move the chains. You have to be impressed with that young man. Is when he catches the ball, he's hard to bring down.
He certainly is. And another thing, I'm impressed with the backup quarterback for the Tigers. He's come on and really thrown some nice passes and seems to really have control of things out there on the field. Looks a lot like McAdoo. Actually, they kind of look like clones of one another out there, the way they run the team.
As we have 3 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. Jimenez back to throw. He hits Gresham on the right side at the 40. 45, stutter steps, runs out of bounds at the 49 to stop the clock with 1:29 on the clock.
Of course, Cougars just really laying back. A lot of cushion, just don't want to get burned deep. Going to let them catch anything in front of them, as there's not much time, minute and a half remaining. So they're saying, catch it, we'll give you the short one. We're not going to get burnt deep.
129, 23-6, the Cougars on top as the ball game comes to a close here. 1st and 10 from the 49-yard line in Ardmore territory. Tigers trying to get one more score on the board at least. Maybe get a chance for an onside kick. The one thing you got to like is that Coach Lloyd nor the Tigers giving up on the ball game. They're still trying to move the ball and make a difference. Jimenez gets stacked up this time, though, in the backfield as the Cougars come on a blitz. And they'll take him down. It'll be a loss of 5, maybe 6 yards. Now we got a timeout for the Tigers. We'll take one as well. We're back after this on 95.7 KKAJ. Welcome back to Noble Stadium. Terry Long with Billy Wallace and David Polk as we have 1:15 left on the clock. 23-6 the score. The Cougars on top. Jimenez.
Nobody looking.
A quick over the middle slant pattern there as the intended receiver Justin Day wasn't looking, and it hit him in the back.
Almost hit him in the hip pocket there.
That's going to make it 3rd down and 15 for the Tigers from the 44-yard line.
Well, Tiger fans gonna get a little extra juice from KKJ this year, a little extra power added to some new equipment. And I had a good friend of mine, David Walker, who got me doing this stuff on the radio, called me last year during the playoffs and was listening in Keller, Texas to KKJ and called to talk about the ball game. And hopefully David's be able to pick it up a little bit clearer tonight.
You bet, because we have boosted the power back. We've got a new transmitter, and we're a lot better. Gresham catches it on the left side. He's driven out of bounds at about the 47-yard line in Ada territories. It took 3 of the Cougars to bring him down, but
and we got 1 minute remaining.
1 minute, 23-6. The clock stopped running as Gresham doing what he's supposed to do. He catches the ball and gets out of bounds.
He's supposed to do that? Does he have to do that? Just kidding.
Again, we want to thank Buttons Starter and Alternator Repair as they brought you the sideline report.
The Hatleys.
The Hatleys. 28 South Commerce. Stop by and pick up your NFL schedule from the Hatleys. Jimenez launches it over the right side, tries to hit Gresham. He reaches up high. It goes over his head. Can't quite get to it. It'll make it 1st and 10 for the Cougars as the Tigers will turn it over on downs.
And it's take a knee time for the Ada Cougars and take this victory home.
56 seconds left on the clock. And I believe you are correct, sir.
And the Tigers know exactly what they need to work on. Eliminate the turnovers, eliminate some of the mistakes. Still got a lot of weapons there. Ran into a good ball club, a good solid fundamental ball club with a good senior quarterback who really made some plays with his feet and his head that kept drives alive for him until things started to go their way.
As Johnson lines up, and he'll do just that, takes that knee. It's going to be 52, and the clock will continue to run. They'll have to do it one more time in order to make it work. The Cougars fans are ecstatic as they have not been able to do this for 4 years.
No, they haven't, and they have earned this one as they have played well.
Yes, they have.
Got a fine ball club and can expect a fine season, as Ada's really used to that. They're a little spoiled over there. They have used to having a lot of success on the field, and so are the Tigers. And we got a lot of season left ahead of us. We're going to get better, I know.
Coach Steve Dean has, well, he's made it possible to keep his job now for the next couple of years, as he can now say he's beaten Ardmore in his first game, first outing as an Ada Cougar or head coach. And that's going to do it as he takes the knee again. The clock's going to expire. 23-6 will be your final score as the Ardmore Tigers fall in defeat to the Ada Cougars. We'll send it back to the studio, and we'll come back and wrap it up and have some halftime stats or some end of games to halftime. Wow, we're just now getting those. End of game wrap up, and we'll get the coach's interview right after this on 95.7 KKHA.
Coach Mike Lloyd, we're here tonight. The tough loss tonight against the Ada Cougars. I think the boys worked hard. It just came up short.
Oh, they played hard, David. You know, you can't turn the ball over 4 or 5 times, silly penalties, touchdowns called back. But I thought their effort was great. We'll get better. We're a young football team. We'll continue to fight and scratch. And, you know, before it's said and done, we'll have a good team.
Well, these guys have a lot of heart. I know there's a lot of season left, and one of the things we always have to make sure we keep an eye on is it's not a conference game. Something we can work and we can do better with and work this week, and then when we get into the meat of the season, we'll be ready to go.
Well, I think so. Like you said, they start counting in the district, but, you know, this is a big ball game. You just kind of hate to lose one like that. But I thought our kids, they played with a lot of heart, a lot of emotion, and, you know, we're young. We'll get better, and I'm still proud of their effort. And, you know, like I said, we three returning starters. We can go one way, and that's up. But, you know, you can't turn the ball. I don't even know how many turnovers we had, 4 or 5. And just a breakdown here or there, but that happens with the young football team. We got to get better.
Yeah, we see some good things tonight, Coach. In the midst of the play, Dante Miller steps up, has some great receptions, and moves down the field. And Lionel comes in, and it really gives you some good shot when you got a number 2 quarterback that can perform like he did at the end.
Well, Lionel is a great quarterback. He's starting for a lot of football teams, and he does a good job. Came in and, you know, handled the offense, did a good job. But, you know, Dante Miller played well. I thought our offensive line did a good job protection-wise. But, you know, we gave them too many opportunities, and, you know, we were kind of our own worst enemy, and we're not going to beat Ada like that when they got a veteran team.
Was a lot of heart out there. Again, the Ada line had us maybe 30, 40 pounds apiece, and you never saw that with our players. They just stepped up and had a lot of heart and worked hard.
Well, they did, David. You know, they averaged about 270, while we averaged about 190. So, you know, you can't measure the heart, you can measure your weight. But, again, I'm proud of our kids, and we're going to get better.
Well, it was a tough night, Coach, but we'll be ready next week when we go to Durant.
Thank you, Dave.
You bet. Back up to you guys.
Thank you, David Polk, and the head coach Mike Lloyd of the Ardmore Tigers. As he really said it all, Billy, it was just a tough game. The Cougars really a well-seasoned veteran team. Basically, you know, if you look at it next year, they're going to be a lot like Ardmore. They're not going to have a lot of returning starters.